Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/Wondery.
Oh, hey, get ready to enjoy this great podcast with Courtney and her friends, fueled by Salt and Smoke.
Things are tough, but if you got your family, it's enough. Making lots of friends along the way, especially in the Great Taste Gang. We've got your latest food news and scores from the Cardinals and the Blues. Nikki's part of the crew, and Greg Warren too. SeaWorld and Brando and TC2. And Ethan and Sean and Emily. And Mark and Marty and Randy. Guy and Risley. And all the moms and convies. Welcome to the Courtney Show.
It's Courtney Show time, people.
Hey, there's a voice we haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, Chris, SeaWorld is back. Had a lovely time away, some work stuff. But yeah, I'm back today. And just a heads up to everybody, I think people have been hearing about stuff for a while. Courtney had probably one of the hardest days of her life yesterday, and she is here with us today, which we're very, very, very happy about. And we're so happy that Courtney is here, but she's going through a very, very rough time. So we're going to be here. We're all here, the Great Taste Gang. Everybody's here to cheer Landrum up just a little bit if we can.
I just can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they had to say goodbye to Peebo yesterday. Is what happened, and it's heartbreaking. But Courtney came in so that we could do the show, and
Well, I'm being at home. I don't want to be at home.
Isn't going to do you any good.
No,
Right.
we didn't go home right away either. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, that house is just
It's just a different
Peebo's
place right
house.
now.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were saying the cats don't even know what's going
No,
on. And
they're giving me nothing.
Courtney goes, the cats aren't any help.
I just need to pet an animal.
Because Peebo was the heartbeat of the house.
Yeah.
And he's
gonna-
gone. He's gone.
We went outside yesterday and just hung out after we went out for a little while and sat outside. But when we got home, it's Peebo's yard, you know? You can see his tracks, like his little perimeter that so we want to plant a tree
Oh, yeah.
Great.
and like put like, you know, like something like a stone that says Peebo's yard or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
It's,
It's just too, yeah.
So hard.
It's so hard.
I don't know if I'll ever not cry
Yeah,
No,
you
you-
will. You
again.
will.
You'll never be able to listen to certain songs. I know that. Yeah, those songs are done,
No
are
soft
done
rock
for you.
for a while.
Yeah.
It just hurts so much. If you can experience your heart breaking, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like it's breaking every second that I'm awake or like not distracted by something. And I know, you know, people go through things every single day listening to the show, and I like that we can take their mind off of stuff. So I don't want to, I just can't talk about it over and over. I just know that you guys were praying for Peebo and me and Nick, and he had a good couple days. He really did, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday even. And then Saturday night, he just wasn't well.
Right.
Yeah, but
And-
he was at the vet. You guys got to bring him home, and you said
Yes, I gave him. He
great.
ate like crazy.
Yeah, lots of cheeseburgers, sounds like.
I loved him so much. He did. He had rotisserie chicken. He had a lot of everything.
You'll look back, I hope, and love those that you got to bring him home
Oh,
for
yeah.
that time.
Not where he was, like confused, and yeah, I am. I'm really happy. Let's talk about.
You sound like you're really happy.
I would just rather hear some fun stuff from you guys. So I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys. Everybody had big weekends. I did not watch any of the stuff. Like I didn't get to see. I recorded Nikki's special.
Oh, good.
And I know I can watch that. I just was in no frame of mind to.
To laugh.
No, I really wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Did you record Punk Rock Disney?
I could not record that.
That's a shame.
We got a whole team
It was
of
live
lawyers on
streamed.
that,
I
yeah.
know it's- yeah.
There's a bootleg.
So you guys had
pretty good.
big weekends. I mean, I had a great Friday with my niece Charlie graduating.
Oh yeah, and she graduated with like the highest honors.
Second
basically.
highest.
Still, it was pretty
pretty
extraordinary.
Yeah. I have some. I could give McKendree University some tips on a more solid commencement.
Oh, yeah.
They played this Harry Connick Jr. CD.
What?
For like the whole time.
What are you talking about?
before.
Harry Met Sally soundtrack?
No, it was just, it was weird. It was like not a lot of thought went into the soundtrack. I'm like, somebody just said, I've got this CD.
They're like, let's play
Old
that.
and young people will like it.
Old and older people will like it.
So there are some notes that I may have for them for a good solid commencement speech.
Are you going to send them in?
They need some work.
They need some
I'm
work?
just telling you.
Yeah.
They-
You
broadcast,
got to be
we'll do
careful. You're going to be doing the commencement speech
No,
next year.
you
They'll
don't
be
want
like,
me.
she
I have,
wants.
I have thoughts. That doesn't mean I want to participate.
It's just yacht
how it
rock
works.
before it starts. Courtney hosts. It's gonna be good.
Well, so what? So she graduated with like some serious honors. What else did you guys do? Where is it?
McKendree's in Lebanon, Illinois.
Okay.
So not far from us. So we went there, and then we had a little gathering at one of our family's houses, and had food. And then I kept going back home though, and then we went to Lebanon and partied with the college kids for a little while.
What was that like?
They don't know how to party. Let me just tell you. I had been up since 2:45 and went straight to the graduation, went to the after party, then went to Lebanon, still went back and forth to the house to check on Peebo. And I went over to Charlie's apartment, and all of her roommates were just waking up from a nap because they'd gotten up
man.
so early.
Oh my
They're
God.
Very tired.
But listen,
They're
they
tired people.
really are. I'm like, I've been going.
Yeah.
I have been going.
You're a pro though.
The future doesn't look bright. It looks sleepy.
But it was a great day. I was really proud of Charlie.
The whole family was there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not everybody was invited to the after party.
Right. Only the good family members.
Well,
Yeah, the cool ones.
I don't know, but I saw Charlie's grandma last night when we went out and sat on a patio. And she's like, why don't I get invited to that? I'm like, she goes, why don't grandparents? I could have gone. I'm like, you could have come. I don't know.
Like the rules.
She goes, I didn't say anything because nobody invited me.
Oh no.
No grandma
And she's
rule.
She's young. She wanted to hang.
cool?
Yeah. All right, let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about all of you. Tim had his big punk rock shows.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. But let's talk Chris. He's been gone.
Yeah, he has.
Haven't seen you for a while. You've been gone. You're in LA, so we haven't seen you since the roast. We talked to you on the phone about it, but Nikki obviously crushed at the roast.
Man, what a week for Nikki
Whole different
Glaser.
stratosphere.
Man, oh man.
So wait, the roast was Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
And then I talked to you guys Monday morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that was nothing compared to all the stuff that was coming into Nikki's life.
Unbelievable.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean,
crazy.
she was, I don't know how else to say it. Like, she was the MVP of the biggest show in America, of the year. And, maybe the last few years, like 5 years.
Did you see SNL? SNL was doing roast jokes still. They were like throwing in roast joke references on Saturday Night Live.
Did they mention Nikki by name?
No, they were just like, they had all the moms on of the cast members, and then a couple moms were like, "Well, I have a joke that I thought this was the roast." And so then they did their own
Oh my God.
their own jokes. It's like almost a week later, they're still referencing the roast.
I think the big thing, I think the biggest thing for maybe any sort of entertainer that grew up in our age ranges is to get SNL. And I mean,
Man, now is the time.
now is the time. I mean, so every single, like, you know, Kim Kardashian, all these people started messaging her. She got messages from everybody, and then everybody wanted them on her show. So she did Howard Stern that morning. So then, you know, you're getting texts about the roast for several hours, and then you're getting more texts about how great she was on Howard Stern. And then it's like, well, she needs to, you know, go on some of these sports shows. So then she went on the Pat McAfee show, which was like a huge deal. And then she went on Rich Eisen. And then a bunch of other shows in New York are trying to get her for things. So she had to start turning things down because she's like, man, it's insane. I'm going to be overexposed here.
It was insane.
But she was the biggest, you know, I think she's going to go down, not just in roast history, but like, I think this is like a part of comedy history. Like, this was a moment. Everybody was talking about it. You know, Bill Maher texted her, everybody, Chelsea Handler, like people that, you know, there was people that would never have, texted her for no, you know, just to be, and they were just like, you were amazing. And it was just wild. It was wild. And then we went to dinner like 2 nights ago, and they started like giving us like free stuff. And then like a guy would come out and the chef came out and was like, the chef wanted to meet you. And it was insane. And so she's getting recognized. Like, she was going to Pilates all the week before, or, you know, the weeks before, because she's been in LA for a while. Mm-hmm. And then the week after, they're like, oh, hello. Oh, we saw you on the roast. Oh, my God. Oh, God. So it's just, it even changed in a matter of days in LA. People on the street, like I had to, she had a big showcase on Saturday night, and we were at that dinner, and, you know, she knew more where we were going than I did. And she was like, can you, like, you know, lead the way there just so that it's easier? So it's like,
yes,
because she was getting stopped a bunch for pictures. So I don't know, she was the toast of LA, and I think she was the toast of the comedy world. And I don't know, she had a moment that I've never seen before. And
it's like old Carson. You know, they talk about how, like, if you kill on Carson back in the day, the next day you're just walking around and everyone knows you. And hey, I saw you on
because everybody was watching the same thing back then.
Yeah, and we just think that those moments don't exist anymore. Like, you don't get to
there's
just do
so many
one thing.
Places to watch things that the whole world was watching, or if they didn't watch it, they were bombarded by the clips of Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I mean, Nikki was, she like, you know, in my feed, she was everywhere.
Me too.
You know, Rory McIlroy was talking about her. Like,
he didn't know. He got it a little wrong. Did you see all the comments on that page?
Like, man, he didn't know what's going on.
They're like, hey, man, it's Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Nikki Glazer's the one that said that. Nikki Glazer.
Yeah, like guy Nick, he's hilarious.
Did you hear what Nick said? So it was, you know, that night was extraordinary. She was, you know, it was one of those things where it's like she walked in the room and she was the one everybody wanted to talk to. You know, because she was also like, you know, she was the best in the world, but she walked in and she's this, you know, otherworldly goddess.
Yes.
She was wearing huge heels. She looked incredible. And it was just like everybody wanted to come talk to her that night. And then it continued throughout the week. And
then the special came out that Chris executive produced, came out Saturday night. Did on Netflix, the
Mark Twain
Award, the Kevin Hart thing, both came out same night.
Same time.
Same time.
And you were talked about in People Magazine.
Oh, yes. People Magazine.
Convy doubleheader there. What did they say about me and People?
No mention of the Courtney show.
They're like, we did some research. I'm like, well, you didn't do much.
You didn't Google.
Been on a radio show for 4 years.
Who is Nikki Glazer's boyfriend? All about Chris Convy.
Oh,
it wasn't all about him. There's a lot that was missing.
Yeah, they talk about T-Bone over here.
No,
they didn't mention your ability to catch things with your.
Come on,
your calves.
No, calves.
Man.
Completely out of it.
Well, Glaze is going to be back Wednesday, and then she leaves again. I think like, you know, maybe Friday or Thursday. But if there's a chance for her to come in, we got to get her in to talk.
I want to hear, like what it's been like. She was great on Mulaney's weirdo show.
Well, that's the other thing.
And she came out with George Wallace.
Yes, she came out with
our best friend.
And I talked to him, and he remembers. He remembered the show.
Course,
yeah,
he remembered our names that day.
He was. It took him like probably 3 seconds. And when he did, he was like, "Oh my gosh!" and then he started like he got on his phone. He was trying to show me pictures of something, and he couldn't find it. I was like, "Yeah, man, like they loved you." And he was like, "Oh, I loved you too." And then we talked about Mark Twain because he was there, and so he was great. But yeah, she was, she got. They walked out together.
She had the best opening line too.
Yeah.
Because it's if you guys watched any of those episodes that Everybody's in LA, it was ambitious,
yes,
interesting,
yes,
but weird.
So that was it was a cultural thing, particularly in LA. But I think tons of people watched it.
Yes,
it was a live, basically like weird talk show.
And her opening, and I'll butcher it, but she was basically like, "This, I love that you're doing this. It's like an inside joke that only you get,
that only you're in on.
You're in on it,
and he loved
so
it.
True.
And then George Wallace and Nikki came out together, and it was the George Wallace show. Like from the moment
he took over,
he took
the
over.
Cake out there,
and while George Wallace was doing his thing, Mulaney leans over to Nikki and goes, "We're never gonna get to talk." I was like while George was doing his thing, and then so like Nikki wasn't that worried about it. Like she didn't get to like do anything like fun with John or anything.
She had a good little run right at the beginning, and then it was the George Wallace show.
And so John tweeted out the next day Nikki's quote. Oh my God! And did you guys see the? I don't know if I showed you this, but on Netflix's Instagram page, 33 million followers, and Nikki has a special coming out on HBO. On Netflix bio, it said Nick King, like she's the king, Glazer.
Wow.
So in their bio, it just said Nick King Glazer.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. And then Olivia Munn texted Nikki to be like, I love you. You were great. And da da da.
That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she wasn't going to get to see her on the Mulaney thing, but yeah, the Mulaney thing was amazing. Beck played.
Yeah,
so
he was really good.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and he played hits. He wasn't like
you got to go to some cool stuff this week.
Yeah. It was pretty special, but not even close to as special as Punk Rock Disney.
There you go.
Transition. It was fun. Yeah, it was a crazy weekend too. I was in LA Thursday night with Greg, and that was really fun.
How was the show? Good.
That show, it was good. Yeah, it was small. It was but it was cool. Just cool being in LA.
Didn't Chris bring donuts in?
Chris brought
Greg
donuts.
Greg was very upset about that.
Greg was very upset.
Oh, did Greg come in?
No, he
texted us.
Yeah. I brought in donuts. Okay. So I got donuts, and I was like, oh, great. I'll just put these in the green room, and then anybody who wants, because there's the sidecar donuts, which I think I brought back here before. They had those butter donuts.
Oh, yeah.
And I put them in the green room. And I walk out. Rachel Feinstein was late, and so I need to go out and find her. Greg's like, can you find Rachel? So she's just like running around the street. This place is in a back alley. And so I find Rachel, and I bring her in, and I was like, okay, we've done it. And I go back into the green room, and Rafe was eating the donuts.
Somebody had to get into them.
Somebody had to get into them.
Somebody had to be the first.
Yeah, so that made me laugh. I couldn't wait to tell you that one. But yeah, Tim was great. He hosted the show, and there's a bunch of the head writer for the roast was there. This guy Mike Gibbons. It was kind of fun. Like there's some industry people there and some friends, but yeah, Tim was great.
Yeah, it was cool. It's just cool to be there for a little bit of the festival, and then shows this week. It was so good. We did the two of them in one day, which makes for a long day, but it was awesome. So many families at that early show. I mean, there were 1,900 people paid in there, and I think it was half were minors, like families and stuff, which was awesome. Cool. So that one was packed. And then the second show was just even more rocking because it was just, like adults. There weren't as many kids there. And they were, your adults are a little bit preoccupied when they have their children with them. So it was just a lot of like smiles and stuff. And then the second one was just even more kind of rocking. But yeah, I mean, we had such a good time. We're gonna keep it going. But yeah, thanks to everybody came out and met a ton of GTGers, and then Mickey and the 501st came out. We did a whole Star Wars thing on the stage, which was awesome. It was just really, really cool. Johnny Brock's had it all looking good and all kinds of decorations and stuff. And yeah, it was fun. So we'll be posting clips. We got some video and all that. So yeah.
What song was like a highlight? Like what were a few that were just like, oh, these?
The ones we added this year were all pretty, it was just fun for us and people really responded. So we did We Don't Talk About Bruno, which was pretty awesome. We did
that's a big one for you, Emma and Timo, right?
Yeah, he sings it. That was his favorite one. Timothy had no one had a better time.
I saw some video of him, and man, was he for what is he, 3?
2.
2-year-old to be just smiling and listening to a
trying to
concert.
talk to me the whole time. Dad! From the balcony.
So
No way.
Yeah, there's all this video. They had to hold him. He kept trying to walk on stage because he was on the side of the stage for half of it. And everybody's like, your son almost walked on stage. Your son almost walked. I'm like, I know, I'm aware. But Emma had to keep grabbing him back. But man, he had the best time, which was so fun to see. So it was cool. So yeah, Bruno, we did Be Prepared from Lion King was new. We did I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. And all those were pretty fun. And Hakuna Matata people really get into.
Oh, yeah. What do you close with?
Let It Go from Frozen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a real showstopper.
Yeah.
Real showstopper. And then the Friend
Play
Like
the
Me
hits.
from Aladdin too is a big one. So yeah, it was awesome. Moon's pretty incredible up there, and yeah, lucky to get to do it with him. But it was cool. Whole band brought it. The horns brought it. It was awesome.
And it had to be nice to be on that big stage. Like the what is it? Del Mar Hall is great. But to have the huge stage at the pageant has got to be...
Yeah, so we did Christmas at the pageant. This is the first time doing Disney at the pageant. And yeah, it was awesome. We had fun. Everyone had a good time. And again, thanks to all the listeners that came out because there was a lot.
Good looking merch too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it sold out.
Oh, great.
Well, my first.
We had it one that's
That
my
was
first,
smart.
my first punk show. And it had like the Mickey ears. And
I bet
and-
parents were
earrings.
just throwing money. Like, I need it now.
Here, take my money.
That's the age when they're really spending money.
Yeah, it's just this, all of it.
Take it all.
Those sold quick. We might throw some of those online, so stay tuned. But yeah, it was awesome.
What about Mother's Day for everyone? I saw my mom Friday. Obviously yesterday was not a great day, so I did not. But I'm going to plan on taking her out to dinner sometime this week. But did all the moms have a nice time?
Yeah, we had a great day. We went to brunch with my family, and then my mom and our sister Kaki and her whole family, and we had a really nice day, and then just a lot of like hanging at our house. And Emma, it was her first time being a 2-time mother, and she did great.
2-timer club.
She passed.
2-timer club.
What about you, Brando?
It's a big deal.
I was brunch yesterday, so I made brunch and then had all the moms over.
Oh,
at
wow.
our house,
Super
so-
dad.
He did highlight 2 of the 4 children that put in some effort to get the house prepared.
Yeah, because I didn't want Alex to have to clean or anything, but we're having people over and the house is a disaster, so people had to pitch in. So out of the 4 kids, who do you think the 2
I guessed right.
good ones were?
Aaron and Amelia.
Yep.
That is absolutely correct. Aaron and Amelia, they did the majority of the work. Augie, I had him sweep the stairs. I was like, you can sweep the stairs, because you just kind of, you're little, you sit there and sweep, and he did. Amelia said he only did about half of them, and he didn't do a very good job. So then she had to go back over and do it again. And so Aaron was doing a lot too. And then they kept periodically trying to go get Owen up. So finally he was awake, and then his way of cleaning was he went and took a shower.
Oh,
Well, that's
himself.
basically 50% of the cleaning job of the whole house.
It's nice that he was clean for when everybody got there, but he didn't do a lot of the cleaning. So
Then about 30 minutes in the mirror after that, right?
yeah, it's a
Finally.
very long shower
Yeah.
for him every single time. So yeah, did that, and then went with Alex to buy flowers and stuff. She wanted to plant flowers at the house, and then made lasagna for dinner. So I'm
Way to go.
worn out. I'm happy to be at work today.
All right, well, I guess we should get on with it.
Let's get on with it.
Stuff to do. We've got Outsider coming up in just a few minutes. I have no idea what the tickets we have this week are to give away.
We've got Third Eye Blind as our first round, so that's Throwback Live, and then bonus tickets during the second Hollywood Outsider for Chelsea Handler, and then we've got Songs for Soldiers for the
Oh, in Columbia,
First
Illinois?
finals, yes.
Who's playing this year?
a bunch of country turds and gin blossoms. We're highlighting gin blossoms
Yes.
because we like the gin blossoms.
Yeah, we do.
And the other, what you would expect.
Yeah. All right. Well, the chance for you to win tickets in the 7, 8, 9 o'clock hours. And if you guys want to be a part of the show, you can text us anytime on the Cheney window and door text line 314-669-4665.
you can count on Cantor. Hi, I'm Mark Cantor of Cantor Injury Law. Cantor Injury Law is local, and that's much different than the other lawyers you see advertising. You can count on Cantor to know you and your injury. Count on Cantor to know the law and how to maximize the money you win in your case. You can count on Cantor because we've been winning cases like yours for 30 years. Visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Oh, hey, this is Tom from Salt and Smoke. I like this podcast because it's made by real people who bring their own take on what's doing. Makes my day a little nicer to hear them talk. That's kind of what we try to do at Salt and Smoke. Real food from scratch, made the way we think is best to make your day have a little more flavor. Find your bestie at saltandsmokebbq.com. Oh, and Chris isn't that funny.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cash back really adds up.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Steve Buscemi was sucker punched in New York last week on Wednesday. This happened on Wednesday. It was the middle of the day. Just walking through Midtown Manhattan, somebody walked up, punched him in the side of his face. He was treated for swelling of his face and his left eye.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Who was it recently that said that they were punched?
Rick Moranis got punched.
Yeah, I knew about him
last year, and then Bethany Frankel.
That was it.
She got hit too.
And do you think they knew who he was, or that it was just a random?
They know. Apparently, they said they have identified the person from surveillance footage, but they haven't caught the person yet.
But does Steve think that person knew that he was Steve Buscemi, or was he just happened?
I don't know. Didn't say that.
Hey, speaking of Rick Moranis, I saw Tommy Johnigan. I never met him.
You never met Tommy Johnigan?
I'd never met him.
Did you
no.
tell him what a fan I am?
Yeah, and he is a fan of yours. He's a big fan.
Does he remember me?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I mean, he was like I was sitting with Greg. I just met Tommy, and Greg. You know, Greg's really good about like establishing the people, like what people are up to, and you know. And he said it to Tommy, and he was like, "No." I mean, he was like
big fan.
He loves you.
I just from the first time I saw his stand up, I'm like, this guy. Yeah. And now he's writing.
That's why we sent you guys the picture. But yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Rick Moranis, stopped doing show business, like take care of his family, and that's kind of like what happened. He didn't stop show business, but he stopped touring and doing stand up comedy. And man, it was great talking to him. But he's a Landrum fan for sure.
That in Illinois guy.
Yeah,
not too far away.
Not too far.
Does he live in LA then and writes and everything?
He lives in LA and he's I don't know exactly what his role is, but he's a writer. He might be the showrunner. I don't really know of that 90s show.
Oh, okay.
So he does that, and he's done a bunch of shows, like shows that we've all seen. But he's
great to have him in at some point. But I think probably isn't around very often.
I talked to him about it, but yeah, Greg was like, you should come to town for like a weekend, and he was, because like he would bring his kids here to like go to a Cardinals game or something, and obviously the family's a few hours away. But I was like, yeah, you should come on the show. And
I wonder if like after a week of Netflix, the comedy festival, the Netflix is a joke. If he missed like. When does he miss it?
I can't believe it's so criminal that he stopped.
Yes,
he had the potential to be one of the greats.
I agree.
Realistically,
I talked to him about it because I was like, I'd never met him, and I know the vibe around here about it, and just like excited that a guy like him, like from around here, could be in the conversation with Mulaney and Nate, and even Nikki and stuff. And he was like, I get to make breakfast for my kid every morning, and I've never apparently he's really competitive. That's probably why he became so great at comedy. His daughter's really competitive and plays on a co-ed like plays with the boys, and I think it's fast pitch. And had like a 640 batting average.
Oh, wow.
It was like really, really, really good. And so he's like,
She's 3, but I mean, you know.
I think she's like 8 or 9, but he's never missed a game. And he was like, this was better for like the family thing, which I was like, oh my God. So I think, you know, he may start to dabble again soon. He's
just so great.
Thinking about some stuff, I think.
It's funny you mentioned Mulaney. That shook a memory loose. I watched. Have you seen his thing with Letterman? My Next Guest.
Yeah.
Did you see him? He mentioned St. Louis.
Wait, what did he say?
He said the first time, and it was just kind of like a throwaway comment, but he said the first time he's like, I was on stage in St. Louis in 2017. I was telling jokes, and I realized this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I was like, what is, and he just kind of went on. I'm like, what was he doing? He's from Chicago. I'm like, what was he doing in St. Louis? Why didn't he know the date? And what was it that happened here that he was like, and that's when I knew this is all I want to do for the rest of my life.
Maybe he had a good crowd, because I feel like we get him, you know, because he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, he's Irish Catholic. Like, I think there's something about that Chicago thing.
I Googled it like a nerd. I'm like, I wonder what that date means. And
I wonder where he was, too. I wonder where.
I don't know. I found it interesting.
Man, that story of him with the ginger ale, did you see that?
The Schweppes.
When he was 5. It's good. It's like a good
He was
anecdote.
watching like
a Dr. Ruth type show.
And he was going around a party like his parents were throwing, and he's like 5 years old, and he's talking about stuff that he heard on Dr. Ruth.
He's
like, you know, like
doing quotes from the
joy
Dr.
of
Ruth.
sex and stuff. And he's like, meanwhile, I'm just standing there just holding the Schweppes. And I knew how funny that was.
He goes, even somehow as like a 5-year-old, I knew it was funny to be 5 doing this.
Yeah, it was funny. But that's that Letterman, that My Next Guest. He's on that. It's funny if you want to check it out. Somebody brought their baby to the Taylor Swift show on Friday night in Paris, which, I mean, I guess you can bring a baby. I don't know. That's a weird choice. But what really got people up in arms was the person put the baby on the floor in the standing room section of the arena. So there are pictures. So there's just, I mean, you imagine there's like concert people all standing around, and there's just a baby laying on the ground. They did put a blanket down or something, and the baby was wearing ear protection. But, you know, lots of people are like, what? This shouldn't be allowed, blah, blah, blah. But there's the pictures up on the blog if you want to see for yourself.
Everybody's got an opinion when it comes to babies.
You're going to get outraged, possibly, or you'll say it's no big deal. Oprah says she regrets contributing to toxic diet culture over the years. She said, I cannot tell you how many weight loss shows and makeovers I've done, and they have been a staple since I've been working in television. She says one of her biggest regrets, and I kind of remember this one, is when she brought 67 pounds of animal fat on stage to demonstrate how much weight she had lost. She said it was one of her biggest regrets because it made it look like starving yourself with a liquid diet, which I guess is what she was on at the time, is a sustainable solution. And she said the very next day I started gaining weight back.
I know, but she wanted to celebrate, even though she did it a really unhealthy way. But man, I don't think anybody's weight was talked more about than Oprah's.
No,
right.
That's
And
true.
So she was way involved in it because it was a constant source of discussion about
and that's
her weight.
a golden age of those daytime television shows, and they're all duking it out.
And I am a sucker for a makeover.
And she was somehow not as bad as the other ones. So, but I'm sure looking back, all that stuff to her is like,
I know.
I didn't help. I didn't help things.
Change.
I thought I was helping, and I wasn't. Legendary B-movie director and producer Roger Corman has passed away. He was 98. I read this, and I'm like, I can't believe he's still alive. So he made a ton of all the weird movies. Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader, Sharktopus, Dino Shark, Death Race. There was a Death Race sequel, Piranha, all these different Piranha movies. But he helped jumpstart the careers of tons of actors and directors just by putting them in these movies. You know, these B movies, Jack Nicholson, Peter Fonda, Bruce Dern, Robert De Niro, Ron Howard, Peter Bogdanovich, Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, James Cameron, many, many, many more names
crazy.
that he kind of helped get started because he would just grab whoever was available and be like, "You're in my movie."
Because he did the original Little Shop of Horrors that Jack Nicholson was in.
Yeah, I think you're right. Susan Backline also passed away over the weekend. You probably don't know that name. She was an actress and a stunt woman. She's best known for her role in Jaws. She was the very first victim. So she's the one that's swimming at night. And that's a very iconic scene from Jaws.
That's kind of a fun thing to
Yes.
to say about yourself at parties.
You're like, I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you are. Barry Cogan threw Sabrina Carpenter a birthday party. She turned 25. So on the cake, he had a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio because she's now too old for him.
That's funny.
That's kind of a joke.
All right, Barry.
Did you watch that movie, by the way?
What movie?
Saltburn?
No.
It's not.
It's not good?
No. Real good song at the very end of it. Murder on the Dance Floor.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. That's had a revival because of that movie, right? Eventually, not now, but we need to talk about Unfrosted.
Did you guys watch it?
I've watched almost all of it. I didn't, 3/4 of it, I think.
We can get into it another time, but oh boy.
I have not read one good thing. And
we need to talk.
Poor guy.
Tim told me that it was like Munster Challenge worthy.
Yeah.
And he was not wrong.
God, with all
It is
those
better.
people.
It is better than the Munsters.
It is
there
better
are a
than
few
the
redeeming
Munsters.
moments, but
It is infinitely better than the Munsters.
It's not. Well, it is hard to believe that they messed up that Munsters property and Rob Zombie and everything else. But this is Jerry Seinfeld. It's he will go down as one of the funniest people in history. Was at the helm of this thing, and it is a full-blown rudderless disaster.
Wow. I didn't find it
very
that...
movie critic.
I don't think it's as bad as Tim thinks it is.
Oh,
I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's... I was going in like, oh my God, this is the next Munsters. I don't think so.
It's about as bad as... Nikki would have given up after 6 minutes, but I was like, I have to get through it.
You got to see how far.
You watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing, but it was not easy. It was... I couldn't believe that all of these people were in this movie and they made it so bad. And some of the people were bad in it that are good people.
That are good people. Yeah.
And then some people are good people and they were good in it, but not a lot.
There was one moment, I got to remember it, but there was
Bill
something
Burr
that
stuff
did
is
make me
good. The
laugh.
Kyle Dunnigan stuff
Both
is good.
of those are great.
There was
There's
one joke
other
that I
moment.
literally laughed out loud and thought, oh, well, they got one out of me. Speaking of Jerry Seinfeld, he gave the commencement speech at Duke over the weekend, and a bunch of people walked out. It was a protest. Pro-Palestine students, they walked out, right, I think, before he started his speech. But there's video of it.
And did they walk out because he has said things about the war, or just because
I don't
he's
think
Jerry
so. I think it was just a planned thing that they were going to do. Olivia Munn ended up having...
and you got to feel sorry for these colleges that have canceled graduation ceremonies because these are the same kids that didn't get a graduation in 2020.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just stinks.
Yep. And Olivia Munn ended up having a hysterectomy during her battle with breast cancer, which is sad. But there is some good news. She says she was able to freeze her eggs, so she can have other kids if she wants, which is nice. I'm Brando, your Hollywood Outsider.
Well, Friday, I had to leave early. Tim wasn't here. Chris wasn't here. Brando really held it all
down.
He really did. And on Friday, I was enjoying until I had to leave the question of the day, which was, and we may have some leftovers, so I'm just alerting you to it. If there's some good ones, pull them out. Why you won't win Mother of the Year.
They were funny.
So you're calling yourself
that's
out
a
on,
great idea.
you're human on bad motherhood things you have done. So that was the question. And I know that we read a ton of them, but we didn't even make a dent. So if you have, we're the day after. You're still basking in the glow of Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. Make fun of yourself a little bit. You can text us on the Cheney Window and Door text line 314-669-4665. All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
The Courtney Show.
Can't wait to show my friends today. Best thing I saw yesterday.
Best Things We Saw is brought to you by Beauty and Wellness on Olive, your one-stop medical spa, plus more. You can see them at Beauty and Wellness on olive.com. All right, I only have one thing. There wasn't a lot of joy. I have lots of pictures from Charlie's graduation, but as far as perusing, the People magazine article about all about Chris Convey.
I took a picture of that too. I
Yeah.
was like, maybe I'll sneak it through to this point of the show. Nope.
But I also
Is any of it bad? I'm not going to read it or look at it.
it's all just stuff she has said in interviews.
Oh, okay, cool.
About you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. No, nothing's bad.
Yeah, I can't believe they wouldn't Google though.
Yeah.
It's surprising.
No mention of your radio career.
It's surprising that it's like
that
who
doesn't-
is this guy? And then that's right there. It's laying right there.
Because there was an AI one that came out, I don't know when, it might have been around the E! Show, that wasn't like, it was just cobbled together, but like it also used Google, so it mentioned things like this show.
Yeah.
His extraordinarily
Turns
famous
out
brother.
AI is a little better than humans.
Somebody sent me one that was like obviously done in like another country, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen before in my life. Like, because it was like broken
phrases,
English,
yeah.
weird phrases, and then like kind of absurdities that were somewhat had like a hint of accuracy. And I should try to find it. I don't know if it's even out there anymore.
I
This
remember
was-
this though.
This was years ago, and it was really funny.
My favorite part of the people is the pictures, because obviously they have tons of pictures of Nikki from stuff, and they dug back through and they found there's an old picture of the two of you together, and you're doing the fist up face.
Oh,
And to me, I was like, oh, there he's doing the thing, and I realized like that's an old picture.
He's been doing it for years.
And then Nikki's
Much
doing
like
it too.
Tim has the side eye.
I've got
Got
the fist.
going. I was
Well,
like, oh, I thought
signature.
that was a new thing. I didn't realize this goes back to the teens.
I should do just a post of the Netflix as a joke thing, but there's I could do this for one of mine, but I got a picture with one of the UFC champs over the weekend because he was at
they
the
were
roast.
at the table there,
They were at
yeah.
the table, and he went up to Nikki afterwards, and Nikki's like, "You've got to meet my boyfriend." So I came over and met him. I was like, "Can we do a picture?" And I was like, "Can we do the?"
Can we do this?
Because it's based on what fighters do. Like that's why.
Yes.
That's why it's like his beer in his mouth, and then he put up.
You
his
should put a
fist.
gallery up of all the pictures of
stuff.
you with people.
Oh,
you
yeah.
and that
Okay.
would be very, very cool.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
That'd be the first thing I'd be posting today if that was me.
Yeah, look
if
at
I
what
was
I've done.
the post and type.
Yeah.
Look at the life I've been living.
All right, so the one thing that I did see that made me laugh from Sarah J. Haas, she said, me today, texting my doctor because I'm worried about taking too much vitamin D. Me 20 years ago, hand me another cup of neon blue alcohol from that communal horse trough. I will live forever. It's the only thing that brought me any kind of joy. All right, what about you guys?
This is not a joyful thing, but I didn't know where else to put this or mention it. But it made me sad this morning. I saw that 618 Big Daddies, they're closing up shop.
I've known about it for a while.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
Well, Schmeez just made the announcement. Like the post went up an hour before I read it, which was at probably 3 a.m.
I just think he's going to sell it. He just wants to get out of the bar business.
Well, I mean, you can't make money if you're giving away that many T-shirts.
Yeah, he's just giving away too
and
much
cups.
merch.
Yeah, I feel
He's probably
guilty.
going broke. I'm
It's
literally
your
wearing
fault.
one of the sweatshirts today.
It's this show's fault.
Yeah.
Please tell me he's going to spend more time either as a podcaster or a writer. I mean,
Actually, I think he's going to join the show.
That's totally cool with me.
Yeah, I've known about it for a little while, but I guess they're going to do a whole celebration the rest of the year.
Yeah, he said they're staying open for it sounded like it. Well, there's a big long post if you go to 618 Big Daddies.
Yeah.
I just took a screenshot of the beginning of it, but it was very nice. But yeah, what a bummer. We're really
You know, you
rooting
get
for
to a
them.
point where it's like, I just can't.
Oh, I get it.
It's
That bar
time.
business.
I think he's still going to be involved in something in downtown Belleville. Like he wants to do something else. It's just not the bar business.
Yeah. I think he'd be a professional eater.
Man.
Sounds like he's a pro. Jill Krajewski, I guess. This one is really dumb and it made me laugh. And it's the second one. The only other one I'm going to do. She said, Kenny Loggins implies the existence of a Kenny Logs Out. I'm going to read that one again. Kenny Loggins implies the existence of a Kenny Logs Out. Kenny logs in, logs out. Yeah, come on. You know that's a good one.
You know.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. A few things. A few are self-indulgent. I think it came out maybe end of the day Thursday when I was in here. But my RFT article, I'm gonna.
Oh, I read
post
it. It's
on
pretty
our
great.
Oh, yes,
thing.
I read it too.
It was quite a article about
journey.
you.
That's Steve who writes for the RFT, and I said this before he wrote about me, is like next
Man.
level. Just a really, really great writer. Yeah, and it talks Courtney Show and Ludo and the comedy stuff. And
It's
and
really in
the
depth.
punk shows. Yeah, really. So
Like I didn't need to know that much about
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be honest, I learned probably a couple things, but one thing I learned, I sort of always assumed you were joking when you said you joined a band without playing an instrument, but that
without
was
playing,
real.
Without playing that instrument.
That
yes.
instrument, yeah, you did not know how to play keyboards.
I don't think until
And you
like,
weren't a keyboardist until...
I had never played keys in a band until Ludo. Yeah, or really played.
But
or,
like straight out of the gate, you weren't just like, I'll figure it out. Like you weren't
No.
even really
It was
on the
like-
stage right away.
it was like a year into, no, when the full band started playing, I was for sure. Yeah, there was some of that was not exactly worded.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but no, I had not played, and so it wasn't until like we were going for a year.
I
where
imagine
was like,
you
I'm
like
actually doing this.
you were like the dancing guy on the Boss Tones or something for a while.
No,
and then they were like,
no,
put
no.
a keyboard in front of him.
You were Jason Sudeikis in a sweatsuit.
Yeah. No, I was playing from the time the band started. But yeah, when Andrew's like, you're going to join the band and play keys, and I just kind of wasn't buying it, and then I'm like, oh, this is working. I guess I am doing this. But yeah, I'll post that. So thanks to Steve Leffers and the RFT for that. And then Do Re Mi, who made my the birthday cakes, made us a punk rock cake. It's pretty cool. It's Mickey. It's with the Mickey costume.
with
and
a little
That's a
pierced ear.
real thing that was made locally?
Oh yeah, it's Johnny's wife. So it's Do. I posted before, but it's Do Re Mia on Instagram. She makes custom
Do
cakes.
Re Mia.
Yeah,
Do Re Mia?
yeah. She makes custom cakes, and yeah, it's awesome.
Great.
Did you post that?
No, I'm about to.
Okay, we're gonna need
I
that.
posted on my personal, but I'll
I
post it
can't
on
believe
the Courtney
it.
Show.
So she makes cakes for a living.
Custom cakes, yeah. Whatever you want. Whatever you can dream
They're
of.
still cakes, though,
No,
right?
they're custom. If you're
You
just
can
like
eat them?
If you're just like, hey, make a cake, she has no idea.
can't
But
do
if you
that.
give her direction,
You make a square
face,
one?
words,
Like, what?
whatever, she can do that.
Square?
She does not improvise.
I haven't seen this one in like a week, but I saved it somewhere, so we'll see how this goes. But it's there's like a TikTok trends. I usually am not really into them, or like these memes. Some of these trends, I'm just like, I don't like.
Is it the
these.
running one?
No.
Oh, because I want you guys to do it because I need some laughter today.
So this is a trend where it's like people will just like make a statement in text, and then it's like a line from a song, and this one says, "Me, why is the pill I gave you on the floor? My cat." It's from. It's from My Way. It's Frank Sinatra. There's a bunch of those that are out there, and I laugh at basically every single
You
one.
really like it.
I like them because
It hits
people
you.
people do the setup based on the song, and it always works for me. I'm a sucker for them. I don't love all the trends. I do love that one. You guys are going to like this one. This isn't the best thing I saw, but there's this photographer he's incredible. He was at the Mark Twain Prize, and if you watch the Mark Twain Prize, his work is all over the Mark Twain Prize, but he's a famous photographer, and he's great. This guy named Art Streiber. He's amazing. So I met him during the Mark Twain Prize and got to know him a little bit and was like, God, he is the coolest man alive. And then on Saturday, when I went to, like, basically, have you seen any of the pictures, the posts from, like, the greatest brunch in comedy history?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's everybody is in this picture at this brunch. Well, Art Streiber was there taking pictures of everybody, and so now the pictures are starting to come out that Art took at the Ted Sarandos brunch. That was like,
That's the Netflix guy.
the Netflix guy. So all the comedians were there, but he had this little booth that he set up at the Ted Sarandos' house, and we just got the pictures back, and it's like a stand-up comedy scene. So it's like a brick background, but it's in this guy's backyard. And he's like, you and Nikki get a photo. And I was like, okay, cool. So we get up, we start taking the photo. And then he's like, hold on, let me get something for you. And you can see, look at my feet.
Does he have you on something?
He had me stand on a little box. And so there's 3 pictures of me and Nikki, and we're laughing about it. And Nikki is so like generously puts her foot in front of it to block it for me. And so we're just sort of cracking up with the thing. There's like a series of 3 pictures.
So funny.
Yeah, I thought you guys would like that. But I mean, this guy, Art, we built a rapport over the Mark Twain weekend.
You wouldn't care.
I was like, oh, I love this guy. And then he just burns me hard in front of all the comics.
Dirty.
So I kind of liked it.
You got to put that up.
Yeah. And then I like this one. It's like one of those fake conversations and then a photo. It says, on death row, guard, what would you like for your last meal? Wife, I don't know. What do you want?
That's great. These will all be at The Courtney Show. STL, Facebook, Instagram. Give us a follow if you don't already. We have Food Court. That's next on The Courtney Show.
Food Court.
106.5 The Arch.
Food Court is brought to you by the Schnucks Rewards app. Earn 2% back with every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. All right, it's going to be a condensed Food Court today because we're running a little behind. But today, very special day in the food world. It is Apple Pie Day and Crouton Day.
Oh. Well,
That's
croutons
right.
you could do any time of the year. Apple pies, it seems at the wrong time of the year.
Seems like it should be in the heart of the summer, doesn't it?
Or like in the fall when apples are in season.
Well. But apple pie reminds me of baseball and hot dogs and Chevrolet.
I think there's a song, yeah.
Uh-huh. I don't know. Apple pie seems like a summer dessert to me, too, though.
Totally.
Remember when croutons were a huge part of the show?
Yes. I want to try to bring them back. Because
it was like
I love
the biggest
them.
part of the show was
I love
croutons.
them so much.
The huge crouton.
My sister made an exceptional salad for the graduation party, and she said, but I did not make my homemade croutons. And I said,
you just threw it down?
Yes, I did.
Not
This
eating
is
that
trash.
garbage.
This
Give
is-
that to the rabbits.
She does make a good crouton. So
I want to
enjoy.
do a Courtney Show t-shirt. It's the Courtney Show logo, but it just says crouton instead of Courtney. And you have to look close
That's
to
a
it.
crouton show.
I like it. We
Hey,
could do
he's
that.
onto something.
He is.
I'll be right back.
Did AI come up with
He's
that?
a merch guy.
He is a merchman.
Real merch guy.
He's a merchman.
If there were ever a drink that might tempt Tim Convey into taking his first sip, it's getting ready to come out.
Cookies and cream.
No, it is a
shake.
company that is putting out a canned cocktail. It is a company that is famous for a drink.
Bobblehead beers.
Chalamet Rosé.
It is a company that's famous for a drink that is putting out a line of drinks.
Coca-Cola?
Nope.
Famous for a drink.
A very specific drink that you have recently gotten into.
Kombucha.
No. When you don't feel well.
Oh, grape juice.
Welch's.
Oh, yeah.
Welch's. Welch's is now in the booze game.
The booze game?
Yeah.
Do you mix anything with grape juice?
No, but
I've never heard of that.
They have so the grape juice one. It's just if you like grape juice, this thing's gonna taste like grape juice, but it's gonna be spiked with vodka. So it's the grape famous Welch's grape juice flavor is called Vodka Transfusion. So here are the other flavors: vodka, cranberry, passion fruit mojito, and watermelon mule. Those are the 4 flavors. They are 5.9 alcohol, so a little stronger than a White Claw and most light beers. And their whole angle is they're better because they're made with real juice.
Oh my God.
And real vodka.
I don't know.
I
know you're gonna stick with the regular old Welch's grape juice.
Yes, which is delicious.
It is. There's a couple new food items that are going to be coming out. Oscar Mayer has a new line of stuffed hot dogs in stores nationwide. Don't know if you've seen
Aren't
them.
all hot dogs stuffed?
Yeah, with
kinda.
different fillers.
I saw, that's funny. I saw like one of those groups of like stuff from the past, that just rolls up on your Facebook feed or whatever. And it was like foods that you'll never eat ever again. And one of them was a hot dog that I vaguely remember that had chili inside of it.
Now it's back.
And it's funny, like, yes, you will.
It's back. You can get, there's 3 of them. One has cheese. I remember, because my dad, was was a livestock broker, and I remember he brought home these Johnsonville brats or sausages. Maybe it was sausages, and it was Jimmy Dean, but there was like a maple sausage link.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a cheese-filled bratwurst. They're still doing all that stuff. If you go to a meat market,
lot of butchers, are
you
doing
can
that
get
stuff.
all that. You can get like
We've talked about the gummy bear ones, haven't we? You can get bratwurst with gummy bears.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Yeah. So this is cheese, chili cheese, or jalapeno cheddar. Those are the 3 varieties. You're going to see them on store shelves. This has been around before, so I don't know why it's a headline.
Somebody's going to ask. I believe Miller's in Redbud. They have the gummy bear.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Bratwurst.
Sounds terrible. Burger King is adding, and I say if you don't have a good fry, add a good side that'll make people go to your place. Because if your fry is not good, I'm going elsewhere.
Yeah, you got to have a good fry.
A good backup tot.
If you have something else.
Or
Yes.
onion rings or something.
So they are adding, Burger King is adding mozzarella fries nationwide. So I guess they did it in a bunch of test markets. They're basically fry-shaped mozzarella sticks. They come with marinara dipping sauce.
Wow.
Make a good cheese stick. I'm in. And it sounds like it's not a limited thing. It's going to be a permanent menu item at Burger King. Not sure when. And then one other note, couple new food items coming out soon. It's all candy. Pink lemonade Kit Kats. No thanks.
Weird.
Ooh.
Not sure what's going on with Snapple, but they are involved in a couple candy items.
They're back.
I don't know. Snapple?
Can you go buy Snapple like a just regular?
I have
shop
no
right now?
idea.
I don't know.
It was so.
Was there
big.
anything bigger?
No. They were They were mashing stuff up.
Snapple?
Snapple lady.
Well, they got rid of that Snapple lady, and everything fell apart after that.
So there's
they
a
have
new
a website.
Snapple Sour Patch Kids, Snapple Swedish Fish, Snickers Pecan. I thought that was already out before.
Yeah, it
Do
sounds
you not
familiar.
remember that?
Guys, Snapple is still snapping it.
No way.
Every brand exists on the internet, though.
I mean, this is
Still.
their website, though. It's everything's brand new looking. They've got 0 sugar
But
Snapple
I'm saying-
flavors. Where do you get it?
Every brand still exists, right? Like there's a website where you can get something great, but is it still?
Snapple's still
What's
winning.
the distribution like?
Does anybody else remember hitting you had to shake the Snapple, you hit the bottom of it, and it made a snapping sound?
No.
Oh, man. That was the soundtrack of my 13, 14. Yeah, riding bikes around.
That's who you were.
Dave
What was your flavor?
Dave Corrigan. It was some sort of pink lemonade situation. It was like some fusion of pink lemonade and something else.
Looks like they got it at Walmart, everybody.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Target, Walmart. I mean, that's what the internet says.
I believe it. And then do you guys know what cowtails are? They're like
Yeah.
yeah. You know what they are. Well, there's a new flavor of cowtails. They're like a caramel thing. Like a caramel.
Yeah.
There's a honey bun. Honey bun back in the game too.
Anyone's doing some things.
So there's a honey bun cowtail. I don't understand it at all. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it is in stores now.
Isn't the regular one like a chocolatey sort of thing?
No,
like a
it's
regular
like
cowtail.
I thought a cowtail was just caramel.
Is it? I don't think I've ever had one.
Yeah, I mean those honey bun, what were they? Donuts were good.
Oh,
they were.
I got to get you a fresh
Fresh batch.
bat. Yeah.
Fresh batch.
They were really, really good. All right, that's Food Court brought to you by the Schnucks Rewards app.
The Courtney
Hurt in a car accident? Injured on the job? At Cantor Injury Law, we know how overwhelming it can feel. With over 100 years of combined local legal experience and over $500 million won, we fight to get you the justice you deserve.
You can count on Cantor Injury Law to stand by your side. You pay nothing out of pocket. We only win when you win.
When you're injured, count on Cantor. Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999, or visit CantorInjuryLaw.com.
You can count on Cantor.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code WONDERY at checkout.
What? Third Eye Blind tickets, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater to give away? What? That's crazy. All right, we'll do it. You just got to call us, 314-954-1065 or 618-398-1065. We're getting ready to play Throwback Live. That's the prize. When I saw this, I'm like, that can only be for one day.
It's got to be one day.
There's no way we're going beyond one day. Well, tomorrow would be like, a swag bag or something.
Wait, we're doing 2 days on this thing?
Oh, hold on to your hats.
Third Eye Blind tomorrow as well?
Yeah. And Wednesday and Thursday and maybe Friday.
Third Eye Blind is a band that Tim Convey's band used to cover, and Tim would nail it. That was one of the best songs Tim Convey could sing.
You're the Steve.
Well, both.
In the band?
There's two of them, right?
Third Eye Blind songs?
Yeah, there's 2 songs that we
I'll sing any Third Eye Blind song you want.
They used to call you Baby Jenkins.
Baby Jenkins. There was one guy in the fraternity who tried to get the nickname Third Eye to catch on for me.
Oh, really?
I looked like the guy and could sing like him.
Yeah.
It didn't catch, which I think is better for me.
Yeah, that is better, but that is kind of a hilarious nickname.
What's up, Third Eye? The poor guy, he gave it a good 18 months.
Was he cool?
Was everyone around him
cool?
just like shaking their head like, nope, we're not going.
It.
We're not doing it, buddy.
Well, they just didn't. You need context on that.
Third Eye, I think, is a good enough nickname that can catch on its own.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Third Eye.
Like premonitions.
Didn't feel right.
I kind of like it.
All right, I think we're ready, so let's play.
You can do it!
I see dead people.
Hello, Newman.
Where's the beach? What you talking about, Will?
Throwback Live.
No reason to tell you what the ticket is for. I think you have a firm grasp of what you guys are playing for.
The 100th time.
But our contestants are as follows. I'll be playing for Alicia from Bartelzo. Chris has Christy from O'Fallon. And Tim is playing for Chris from Mascuda.
This is how
Throwback Live is brought to you by the Madison County Fireman's Bingo Hall with a chance to win $25,000 in their crazy 8 raffle.
It just gives it a little something, doesn't it?
So crazy.
Welcome to the host of Throwback Live, Afton.
Hey guys, so good to see you.
Great to see you again.
You guys ready to play?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Marty's going to play throwback clips for you guys. You're going to ring in for your listeners, try to get points for them so they get a prize. We're going to listen for these sounds. Courtney, Chris, Tim. Question 1. Name the song featuring this drum part. Tim.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That's correct.
Oh, God, I'm so good. I would have never gotten it.
I was
really
going to
had
get it.
to make it to that part to get it. That does not sound like it.
Nice job.
So there.
Yeah, that was good.
Impressive.
All right, question 2. Name this advertiser.
We make our donuts fresh.
Courtney. Or maybe.
Dunkin' Donuts.
That's correct.
The guys who make supermarket donuts are still in bed.
I miss that guy.
Forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to make the donuts.
I wonder what he's up to now.
He's down.
He's dead.
What?
He gone.
He gone.
All right, 1 point Courtney, 1 point Tim. Question 3. Name this backward song title or artist.
Well,
was it a tie?
I wasn't in, but yeah, it was between those two.
It was also forward, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
Okay.
No, it was not.
That's funny.
Okay, let's do halvesy points. 1, 2, 3.
No doubt.
Underneath it all.
You're both right. Oh, wait. I got to erase that. I accidentally gave your half point to Courtney.
Well, sounds
Chris, sorry.
typical.
Not trying to cheat over here. All right, we have 1 point Courtney, 1.5 Tim, and 1 point Chris. Question 4. Name this comedian.
My wife and I have 5 children. The reason
Courtney.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby is
we have
correct.
5 children is because we do not want.
Courtney's
I
a
get the terrible
Yeah,
comedians.
you're a huge fan of everything he does. On and off stage.
Phil Florin. Phil. All right, great. That's a win, right?
No.
Ooh, looks like
Do you know how the
I'm the
points work
dummy
here?
here today.
Wait a minute. All right, question 5. Name this 1987 movie.
You wet yourself. You wet yourself.
Courtney.
I don't know. Parenthood.
No.
Mr. McDonald wet himself, Daddy. You wet yourself. You wet yourself. Mr. McDonald wet himself, Daddy.
What was the year again?
87.
You wet yourself, you wet yourself. Mr. McDonald wet himself, Daddy.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The name of the movie?
Just kidding.
Yes?
Country of origin?
Country of origin.
You wet yourself, you wet
No.
yourself.
Did you both guess
Mr.
that?
McDonald wet himself, Daddy.
Let's hear it 3 more times.
You wet yourself, you wet yourself.
We don't
Mr.
know.
McDonald wet himself,
Problem
Daddy.
child.
No.
That's a good guess.
Thank you.
Chris, you want to guess?
I have no idea.
Is it?
I have no idea.
I have a guess after you guess.
No, I don't need to. I'm already out. I only have a half point. I can't win. This is the last question.
You guessed it a few days ago incorrectly.
I did? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, then it's not what I
Kramer versus Kramer? That's all.
Arizona.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
You wet yourself, you wet yourself. Mr. McDonald wet himself, Daddy.
You won the game, but you ended on a loss. So see how that feels.
You win.
Feels just fine. Now that means you're a big winner, Alicia from Bartelzo. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good job.
You are welcome. And that means you have a pair of tickets. Man, what was that show again? Oh, that's right. Third Eye Blind.
All week long. Can you believe that?
No, I cannot. But you are going to be there, Alicia, June 29th, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. You can get all the details about the tickets at 1065thearch.com. Also, you can find a bonus chance to win free tickets either on our website or on the Arch mobile app. We'll get you those tickets, Alicia. We'll play Throwback Live again tomorrow on The Courtney Show.
Randos. Let's do some random stuff for you on this Monday morning. So a guy in Pennsylvania opened his door last Tuesday to pick up a package. As he goes to pick up the package, some guy comes running through his yard with his hands up, runs up onto the porch, and grabbed the box right out of the guy's hands and ran off with it. So this is not like, oh, I went to go get the package and it wasn't there, or I saw somebody run up and steal it off the porch. He literally had it in his hand and the guy just grabs it out of his hand and takes off. This is a date in the middle of the daytime. There's security camera. The guy that stole it, the porch pirate, was not in a disguise, not hiding his identity in any way. And there was another delivery driver at the house preparing to deliver another package. So there's like witnesses, and the thief almost ran into that driver when he was running off.
Did he know? I wonder if he knew something special was in that.
Well, that's what they're thinking. So inside of the package were 6 new iPhones. So he's like, this was worth thousands of dollars. He said they say the homeowner, so the guy must have known. He says
That's what I was thinking.
It's an inside job.
It sounds inside job.
You got to follow the money.
His security camera shows this car do a U-turn and follow the FedEx truck to his house. He said that seconds after the theft, he got a strange scam call telling him to return the phones. And when he said the phones were stolen, the caller hung up. He's like, well, what was that all about? So police are investigating. They haven't arrested anybody yet, but they're obviously thinking the same thing. They had to have known what was in the box.
Yeah, they had. This is an inside job.
Yep.
This seems weird.
In grade school, my friend's older brother, they would do this thing. They would do this thing where they'd go to the drive-thru at McDonald's and order a ton of food, just a ton of food. And when the person from the drive-thru window would hand it to the car, they would leave enough space in between the drive and the window and the car, and a guy would run up and take the bag and keep running. and the driver of the car would be like, what the? What? They just, oh my God, they took the food. And so they would make him a whole nother round of food, so they would get double the amount of food.
Oh my gosh.
What an interesting little scam.
Yeah.
You weren't involved with this, though.
I wasn't involved. It was Brian Saintson.
So I knew it was Brian.
The way he did that, how he was so incredulous, it feels like he's done it before. It feels like he was the wheelman on one of these.
I was thinking he was the runner.
I think he's the benefactor of the extra cheesy
Fry guy.
bees.
I'm just saying. It happened.
If somebody hands you a free cheeseburger,
It happened. And actually, the way I told the story was exactly how Kevin St. Cyr would tell the story.
A 91-year-old guy in Missouri named Sam Sloan donated $500,000 to his town's volunteer fire department. So he's lived there since 1960. Found out their budget there was non-existent. I don't know what town this is in. Nope, don't have
I think it's Kansas. I think it might be Kansas City.
All their gear is old. It's from the 80s and 90s. They only had $169 in their account. So he's like, I want to help out. So now they're getting all new stuff, new trucks, donated $500,000. So helped them out, which is very nice.
Very cool.
They should have a fireman's picnic. It goes over well, just so you know. Two super fans.
Man, I loved a fireman's picnic back in the day.
It was the place to go.
Wait, why?
Signal Hill Fireman's Picnic was the place to be seen. To be seen.
To see and to be seen.
Yeah. Oh, it was
a lot of tastemakers.
Oh, man, it was the place.
All influencers,
No
really.
kidding.
Wall to wall.
I mean, in my
10 to
area,
10,
it was
really,
Signal
not
Hill
wall to
Fireman's
wall.
Picnic. I think in Brando's, it was the Red Bud.
Yeah, still
Fireman's Picnic.
It's still going.
Signal Hill doesn't. I don't think they do it anymore.
Come on down to Red Bud. You'll see.
Would you hope to see a girl or a guy you were interested in?
Oh, you were going to see him.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just a matter of time. So, everyone's wearing the top fashion.
Oh, yeah. I remember I had my Coca-Cola jean purse.
Yeah, this is middle of summer, so
and
you
I
haven't
dropped it in the
seen-
mud.
Oh, no.
I know. Mud, it didn't matter. Rain
or shine. Your party.
You're there.
Wow.
Yeah, you're just
So relationships were made or broken or whatever based on
there
that.
might be a couple that just got together for the fireman's picnic, and then the love wore off by the end of the last Ferris wheel ride.
So if you're have a crush on a guy or a girl and you go there and then there was somebody else that could be devastating.
Walking around,
heartbreaking.
You want to die.
But you had to be there.
Yeah.
You could not miss it.
And was it one day or was it over several days?
Ours
Saturday was the
3
big
days.
Saturday. I think it was more than one day, but the Saturday night crowd.
Saturday night, I think, was usually rock and roll night. So you had a cover band that was doing rock and roll, and that really gets everybody going.
What did it have to do with the firemen?
The
were
firemen
they
are
part
the
of-
ones running.
They ran the
beer.
whole thing.
They're selling the beer.
Lots of loose beer.
Yeah, yeah. You as a 12-year-old, if you knew the right people, you could score yourself a sip of alcohol, or maybe even a whole cup.
Maybe a whole cup to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not that I did anything like
Never.
that.
Oh my God.
I was too good of a student.
Yeah, it's a great moneymaker. Let's bring those back if you've gone away. I don't even have Signal Hill as a fire department. Don't yell at me.
They probably stopped doing it, and then that was the end of the fire department.
Big money maker.
Big money? Oh, yeah?
Really
Good for the local
infused.
economy?
Yes.
Oh, there's so much infusing.
The local
pumping
economy
it.
loved it.
Yeah, just incredible. Two super fans just got married at a Buc-ee's gas station. They renewed their vows. This was in Texas. The guy, he was wearing a Buc-ee's button-up T-shirt, and the bride.
There's such a thing as a button-up T-shirt.
Yes, so she was wearing a pink Buc-ee's shirt and bow.
Nice.
The mascot Bucky the Beaver was there too to witness the nuptials.
Did they get some free stuff for this?
I would hope
All it
so.
was a renewal.
Yeah,
well then who
I
cares?
saw a press release thing too. Like Buc-ee's is pushing more
Oh,
into
really?
the Midwest, so they're in Springfield, Missouri now. That new one is there, so it's a coming. Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia had to apologize to a bunch of nursing students whose names were mispronounced during graduation on Thursday. The video it seems like it's fake.
It feels like the Key and
Yes.
Peele bit.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it is. I was like, this has to be fake. But then apparently they pulled the person and brought somebody else in. You
Yeah.
have to watch this
She's
video.
butchering names like Thomas.
No way.
It's unbelievable.
What was their excuse again?
They said because they didn't just put the names on there, they put them phonetically spelled. And I don't think she was real good at reading the phonetically.
Oh, it's out of control.
You're like, it's Jessica. But it's a whole new name.
It looks fake, but it's not. You have to watch it. These people are watching it at home. Because if you can't make it there, they live stream some of these graduations, and they just like
couldn't believe it.
It's up on the blog today. You have to watch it.
Yeah, and the most stolen vehicles last year were Hyundais and Kias.
Yeah.
No surprise. That's your randos.
I am not saying I am his lucky charm, but since I went and watched Rory McIlroy play in New Orleans, he's been winning.
Oh,
I thought it was since he saw the Gronk joke.
Well, that was after his win at the Zurich.
Oh, really?
So when I went and watched him and Shane Lowry, they won.
Shane Lowry.
He's great. They won as a team, and then he just won again over the weekend and looks solid.
Look at this guy go.
I know. PGA Championship is coming up.
Maybe you need to go to a Cardinal game.
Can you believe how bad the Cardinals are?
It's
It's insane.
They won yesterday.
Yeah. What happened?
7-game losing
What was
streak.
the big thing that happened during the game with the ejections? I guess the home plate guy had 2 missed calls, right? The ump.
Well, the first base umpire had 2 missed calls at first base, so,
And they
both got overturned. So they went back in favor of the Cardinals because I was like, why would they throw him out? I was like, well, think of it this way: you had a bad call at first. We protested and we got the call overturned. And then 2 minutes later, another call goes against us at first base, and you're like, ugh. So we throw the flag, and then we get that call overturned again. I'm like, obviously the call keeps going back towards us, but at the same time, you're like, what's with this guy at first base that keeps screwing us on every play? And I think that maybe that was where the frustration came from, because it went from 0 to 60, or it's a 7-game losing streak, and you're just looking for any opportunity to get thrown out just to fire up your team.
Oh,
that's a thing.
Well, and
too.
he doesn't want to watch him play any more than we do.
Yeah, it's like, I want to go home. We all want to go home.
It's a good thing he got that extension this year.
Man.
And it's a good thing they're asking for money for stadium renovations.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time.
It's crazy. I didn't think there was any way that we could be as bad as.
I knew this quickly.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It can go south.
And then with losing Carpenter's coming back. Losing what's his name? Contreras.
Yeah.
If ever as a Cardinal fan you were going to cash in on the season, that was the moment where you're like, oh my God, the only guy that's hitting, the only guy that's having a good year. And he's out for a long time. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys even have any plans to go to a game in the future?
I'd still love
like
to go
going
to
the games. I know, but until they see that change.
This won't affect my game attendance.
Well, I mean, you get people giving up tickets. So now,
that's true.
Hey, green seat people.
For those of us who don't like to pay,
take those off your hands.
We'll gladly take your
Not to
green
go
seat.
with you.
We have season tickets.
Not to go with you.
I'll sit with
No,
you.
She wants the
I would
tickets.
take my own people.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're cool, I'll go with you.
We'll consider it. It got to be real cool. Real cool.
All right, you'll still to come on the show. We have tickets for Chelsea Handler. That's coming up this hour, actually. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Songs for Soldiers in Columbia, Illinois. That is your first 5 notes prize, but a bunch of other stuff. If you guys want to text us during the show, the Cheney Window and Door text line 314-669-4665.
The Courtney Show.
Well, I'm so glad this came out today. I saw it on a couple different stories. The baby names, because Chris is back.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Whole
let's do
show back together. We got the top baby names, and it's just the same old, same old. Top baby names from Social Security Administration for 2023. They have released them.
Boy.
Have we loosened our grip on Mason? The Masons of the world.
Mason is not in the top 10.
Oh, good. The teachers will be happy.
Number 1, yeah, right. Masons are stinkers. I mean, that's just coming from teachers.
Yeah.
You know. That's a name.
Testified.
Yes. But number 1 for boys and girls, men. Hello, little man, baby. It's been the same girl's name for 5 years, and it's been the same boy's name for 7 years straight.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Oh, can we remember?
Yeah, there's no way. You
Like
can't remember
Ava?
yesterday.
Oh,
It's an at the end.
Olivia.
Olivia. 5 years. And the boy's name is 4 letters.
Jack.
Liam.
Liam.
Is that it?
7 straight years.
Wow, that's insane.
It's insane.
How does this work? How does all that? Because I thought like Michael and John for our age group, were always.
Oh, it seemed like it, yeah.
The most popular names.
Well, I was talking to Sydney, my niece, about her name. Her middle name is Bryn, and she said she wishes her first name was Bryn.
Yeah, Bryn would be
I
cool.
said, Sid, I love Sydney. You're such a Sid. She goes, I like my name fine, but if there's a lot of people my age that have my name.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Really?
Like she said, if it was like a few years before or a few years after.
Right.
And that's really what most kids, unless it's a crazy, you're the only one with that name and like a real weird, far-fetched name.
There is a sweet spot for these names between
You don't
trendy
know.
and traditional and something that's like interesting without being pretentious.
Yeah, let me give you the top 10 for boys first.
Pretentious is a good one.
That's a good name. This is my daughter, Pretentious.
We always say if we have a third.
So we got Liam, Noah, Oliver, James, Elijah, Mateo, Theodore. Mateo jumped from 11th to 6th.
You are kidding me. There is like a ton of like just Caucasian Mateos.
I don't
around.
know.
That's humiliating.
Henry, Lucas, William, because those are your top 10. Girls, it's Olivia, Emma,
Mateo,
Charlotte, Amelia, Sophia, Mia, Isabella, Ava, Evelyn, and Luna. Luna's
a dog's name.
I wasn't going to say it, but you name names when you hear this. All right, now they looked at the trendiest baby names, meaning the ones that saw the biggest gains over the past year.
I'm not going to like this at all.
Aspirin.
No, it's... I'm not saying anything. I'll let Chris do all the talking.
Are any of them like characters from like
from movies,
Yes.
TV shows and movies that are popular now? God, what could those be?
Okay, well,
Deadpool.
One is, are you ready for this? I'm going to spell it for you. This is for boys. Chozen.
Chosen? Oh, gross.
Aiden. EIDEN. Now we're just trying to.
Aiden? Like,
are you kidding me?
Like Odin, but not Odin. It's
Or
Aiden.
it's Aiden.
Aiden was the big thing because of Sex and the City guy.
It was big.
No, it was Aiden. She broke up with Big like 3 years ago.
That is so perfect. And that you knew all that information.
Yeah, I do. I know too much.
Man, that is the winner right there. We don't even need to do anything else.
Let's go home.
Cashin.
Well, Cash has been a
But
big
it's
name.
Cassian. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Well,
that's
maybe,
what I'm saying.
Well, maybe they want to give him like a full name and then call him Cash. Like, we don't just call him Cash. Let's give him like a full version of Cash.
Oh, there's no reason.
And then we'll call him
for that.
Cash for short.
Yeah.
Kyron.
What? Wait, did you say Kyron?
Like
Kyren.
Oh my God.
And then, I don't even know how to say this one. Izael.
Oh, that's
What?
how you pronounce it.
Izael.
Izael?
I-Z what?
A-E-L.
Izael.
Izel? Is that, am I getting the letters mixed up?
Izael.
I-Z.
Izel?
I think it's Izel.
I don't know. All right, girls.
They all end with A.
Those
The
are
ones
terrible.
that grew have seen the biggest growth.
These are the trendiest because they're
lot of big
different.
jump.
There's one I would imagine you pronounce it Kaylee. It's Kaeli.
K-E, yeah.
Kaylee. I think it's just because the spelling's on it. You don't think it's Kaylee, do you?
No,
It's
I
Kaylee.
think you're right. It's Kaylee.
All right, now we get into some different ones. For a girl, a litzel. It's a little girl.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
ILITZEL.
Terrible.
Then next is Emryn. EMRYN. This sounds like a drug. Adhera.
It may cause itchy rash and burning eyes.
And then Azari. Those are the trendiest.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's
What is
I
wrong
was
with
on
people?
Adhera, but it wasn't taken, so my doctor put me on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Much
Works
better.
a lot better.
Much better.
Just a little green pill.
If you are allergic to Azeri,
Little.
stop
yellow,
taking it right
different.
now.
That's my favorite new disclaimer. Now they just say, if you're allergic to it, don't take it.
I know,
Like,
it's
well,
hilarious.
You can't.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Chosen, by the way, that spelling was a character on last season of Cobra Kai. And
Yeah, Chosen Taguchi is a character from Karate Kid 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in the second Karate
Oh,
Kid
I know who
movie,
he is, yes.
And now they're allies.
If it's a Japanese name, then I'm all in on it.
yeah.
I'll name everyone Chosen.
And then this Kaylee, they think might be thanks to a TikTok star, Kaylee May.
Oh, she's probably changed her spelling of her name.
Could you imagine being like, I just did like the most important, thing of my life. I gave birth to a child, and I'm going to name this child after a TikTok star?
Yeah.
That's humiliating.
I don't know.
I know, and I'm telling you.
Have you ever thought of if you had a child baby names? What's a name you love for a boy and a girl?
Oh, yeah, Jack, Charlie, George. Those are the ones.
There's Jack's
I feel
already
like
taken.
some of those are taken.
I don't care.
Charlie's already taken.
I literally wouldn't care at all.
George, though.
There were two.
You got an opening for a George.
For a George?
There you go.
There were two Rush Jameses. I dated a girl in college, and she had a brother named Rush and a cousin named Rush. And I think probably like a grandfather or something.
Do you think it was a family name, or you think they were
I
really big into the band?
Is it a limbo?
And one people really liked, and one people did not like. I don't know either of them well enough. I just know that
true.
One good Rush and a bad Rush.
And it got to the point where people would be like, the good one or the bad one? Like one apparently was just awful.
And one was awesome.
And one people loved. Yeah.
Well, the other one had to be mad, like he's bringing my name down.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
Hi, I'm Mark Cantor. My law firm is Cantor Injury Law. Honor, integrity, loyalty, faith, and family are the principles and the foundation of Cantor Injury Law, and why we get justice for the injured and can win you the big bucks. If you have been in a car accident, truck accident, boating, or ATV crash, or even had a dog bite, please call Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999. There's no fee unless you win. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
And I'll write your name.
The Courtney Show.
Well, I'm so glad this came out today. I saw it on a couple different stories. The baby names, because Chris is back.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Whole show back together. We got the top baby names, and it's just the same old. Top baby names from Social Security Administration for 2023. They have released them.
Boy.
Have we loosened our grip on Mason? The Masons of the world.
Mason is not in the top 10.
Oh, good. The teachers will be happy.
Number one, yeah, right? Masons are stinkers. I mean, that's just coming from teachers.
Yeah.
You know. That's a name.
Testified.
Yes. But number one for boys and girls, men. Hello, little man, baby.
Wow.
It's been the same girl's name for 5 years, and it's been the same boy's name for 7 years straight.
Number one.
Oh, can we remember?
Yeah, there's no way. You
Like
can't remember
Ava?
yesterday.
Oh,
it's an at the end.
Olivia.
Olivia. 5 years. And the boy's name is 4 letters.
Jack.
Liam.
Liam.
Is that it?
7 straight years.
Wow, that's insane.
It's insane.
How does this work? How does all the, because I thought like Michael and John for our age group, were always.
Oh, it seemed like it, yeah.
The most popular names.
Well, I was talking to Sydney, my niece, about her name. Her middle name is Bryn, and she said she wishes her first name was Bryn.
Yeah, Bryn would be
cool.
cool.
I said, Sid, I love Sydney. You're such a Sid. She goes, I like my name fine, but if there's a lot of people my age that have my name.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Really?
Like she said, if it was like a few years before or a few years after.
Right.
And that's really what most kids, unless it's a crazy, you're the only one with that name and like a real weird, far-fetched name.
There is a sweet spot for these names between
You don't
trendy
know.
and traditional and something that's like interesting without being pretentious.
Yeah, let me give you the top 10 for boys first.
Pretentious is a good one.
That's a good name.
Thought about.
This is my daughter, Pretentious.
We always say if we have a third.
So we got Liam, Noah, Oliver, James, Elijah, Mateo, Theodore. Mateo jumped from 11th to 6th.
You are kidding me. There is like a ton of like
lot of
just
them.
Caucasian Mateos.
I
running
don't
around.
know.
That's humiliating.
Henry, Lucas, William, because those are your top 10. Girls, it's Olivia, Emma,
Mateo,
Charlotte, Amelia, Sophia, Mia, Isabella, Ava, Evelyn, and Luna. Luna's
a dog's name.
I wasn't going to say it, but you name names when you hear this. All right, now they looked at the trendiest baby names, meaning the ones that saw the biggest gains over the past year.
I'm not going to like this at all.
Aspirin.
No, it's. I'm not saying anything. I'll let Chris do all the talking.
Are any of them like characters from like
from movies,
Yes.
TV shows and movies that are popular now? God, what could those be?
Okay, well,
Deadpool.
one is. Are you ready for this? I'm going to spell it for you. This is for boys. Chozen.
Chosen? Oh, gross.
Aiden. Eiden. Now we're just trying to.
Aiden?
Are you kidding me?
Like Odin, but not Odin. It's
Well,
Aiden.
it's Aiden.
Aiden was the big thing because of Sex and the
Yes,
City guy.
It was big.
No, it was Aiden. She broke up with Big like 3 years ago.
That is so perfect. And that you knew all that information.
I do. I know too much.
Man, that's the winner right there. We don't even need to do anything else.
Let's go home.
Cashin.
Well, Cash has been a
But
big
it's
name.
Cassian. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Well,
that's
maybe,
what I'm saying.
Well, maybe they want to give him like a full name and then call him Cash. Like, we don't just call him Cash. Let's give him like a full version of Cash.
Oh, there's no reason.
And then we'll
for
call him
that.
Cash for short.
Yeah.
Kyron.
What? Wait, is it? Do you say Kyron?
Like
Kyren.
Oh my God.
And then I don't even know how to say this one. Izael.
Oh, that's
What?
that's how you pronounce it.
Izael.
Izael?
I-Z what?
A-E-L.
Izael.
Izel? Is that? Am I getting the letters mixed up?
Izael.
I-Z.
Izel?
I think it's Izel.
I don't know. All right, girls.
They all end with A.
Those
The
are
ones
terrible.
that grew have seen the biggest growth.
These are the trendiest because they're
lot of big
different.
Mm-hmm.
There's one I would imagine you pronounce it Kaylee. It's Kaeli.
K-E, yeah.
Kaylee. I think it's just because the spelling's out. You don't think it's Kaylee, do you?
No,
It's
I
Kaylee.
think you're right. It's Kaylee.
All right, now we get into some different ones. For a girl, a litzel. It's a little girl.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Ilitzel.
Terrible.
Then next is Emryn. Emryn. This sounds like a drug. Adhera.
It may cause itchy rash and burning eyes.
And then Azari. Those are the trendiest.
Sorry.
It's
What is
I
wrong
was
with
on
people?
Adhera, but it wasn't taking, so my doctor put me on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Much
Works
better.
a lot better.
Much better.
It's the little green pill.
if you are allergic to Azari,
Little.
stop
yellow,
taking it right
different.
now.
That's my favorite new disclaimer. Now they just say, if you're allergic to it, don't take it.
I know,
Like,
it's
well,
hilarious.
You can't.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Chosen, by the way, that spelling was a character on last season of Cobra Kai. And
Yeah, Chosen Taguchi is a character from Karate Kid 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in the second Karate Kid
I know who
movie,
he is, yes.
And now they're allies.
If it's a Japanese name, then I'm all in on it.
yeah.
I'll name everyone Chosen.
And then this Kaylee, they think might be thanks to a TikTok star, Kaylee May.
Oh, she's probably changed her spelling of her name.
Could you imagine being like, I just did like the most important, thing of my life. I gave birth to a child, and I'm going to name this child after a TikTok star?
Yeah.
That's humiliating.
I don't know.
I know, and I'm telling you.
Have you ever thought of, if you had a child, baby names? What's a name you love for a boy and a girl?
Oh, yeah. Jack, Charlie, George. Those are the ones.
There's Jack's already taken.
Some of those are taken.
I don't care.
Charlie's already taken.
I literally wouldn't care at all.
George, though.
there were two.
You got an opening for a George.
For a George?
There you go.
There were two Rush Jameses. I dated a girl in college, and she had a brother named Rush and a cousin named Rush. And I think probably like a grandfather or something.
Do you think it was a family name, or you think they were really big into the band?
Is it a limbo?
And one people really liked, and one people did not like. I don't know either of them well enough. I just know that
true.
One good Rush and a bad Rush.
And it got to the point where people would be like, the good one or the bad one? Like one apparently was just awful.
And one was awesome.
And one people loved. Yeah.
Well, the other one had to be mad, like, he's bringing my name down.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
Yep, we can do that. 70 westbound, backed up this morning between Salisbury Street and Adelaide. Slow traffic, 270 northbound between 44 and 6440. Also slow, 6440 eastbound between Brentwood Boulevard and Big Bend. And then Tesson Ferry northbound is slow after Kennerly due to an accident there. Arch Traffic is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto. Schedule your appointment today at CarX.com.
What a great...
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Gavin Rossdale went on vacation to Mexico with his girlfriend. Her name is a lot of X's in there. I'm going to interpret it as Zona Zanetti. I looked it up. There was no pronunciation online. So I'm going with Zona Zanetti. Anyway,
she looks just like Gwen Stefani.
She
really
is like a dead ringer.
20-something-year-old.
Oh, my goodness.
She's 35 years old. She's from Albania. She's a singer in Albania, but she looks strikingly like Gwen Stefani in these pictures.
That is wild.
He's 58,
Whoa.
so, but yeah, they're calling her a lookalike. They've been dating since 2020 or 2023. If you Google her, which I did, she doesn't always look like her. But in those pictures, like she's blonde, it's absolutely, he definitely has a type.
Oh, my goodness.
Gwen went complete opposite of Gavin.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
And her first boyfriend, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony to Gavin to Blake.
She's trying to sample all the types of fellas out there, I guess.
This is wild.
It's crazy. It'll be on the blog today. I haven't posted it yet, but I will. Chris Pine was almost on the OC. He says he would have been cast as Ryan Atwood, but he lost out because of his bad acne. And he talks a lot about his acne. He said his acne was so bad that he considers it one of the most traumatic points of his life.
Oh, man.
He calls the experience tremendously debilitating and emotionally incapacitating. All right, hold on, Chris Pine. But he did offer a message of positivity to those dealing with acne. He said, I get you. I hear you. I've been there. I know it. I know how depressing it can be and the kind of depths of sorrow it can drag you to, but there is a brighter day. So it's called Retin-A, I think.
Yeah, we had not, like when I was growing up, luckily that wasn't something I had. I have lots of other problems, but we had nothing.
We had Accutane.
Retin-A was the thing that I remember from when I was in
We had those
junior high and high school. Like some people had that, but then you couldn't go out.
Wipes.
You had to be real careful in the sun, and I think the other stuff too, because you get burned real easy.
Yeah,
it messes with your skin. There will not be
something. Sea breeze.
Sea breeze.
Everybody put sea breeze on.
I remember using that. It was like an astringent.
Yes.
Like stung.
Yeah. OxyClean.
Yeah.
That was another one.
I think that's what you do
That's
in the laundry.
Yeah,
really?
but it works.
You got a stain on your face. It's Oxy something, though. It's, what is it? Oxy Clear?
Oh, maybe that's it. Clearasil?
It's just Oxy, right?
I don't know.
And Noxzema. I remember using.
Oh, Noxema. Some people still.
I used to use Noxema.
Go in on the
use it on
Noxema.
sunburns too. People use Noxema on sunburn. I don't know if it works. I don't know. There will not be an MTV Movie and TV Awards show this year. Did you know this?
Whoa.
It's toast. They've canceled it for this year. They say they will bring it back in 2025. But what do you think about that? Do you think it's done?
What? Oh, man.
Can you just take a break on a show like that?
I've never heard of that, but well, I guess they did like for COVID, but I mean that's it feels like it's admitting defeat.
Yeah.
But the award, the problem is the award show became so disconnected from what that network is. What that network is now is not something that you would predict would have an award show, right? The VMAs obviously made sense. It was a place they were doing music videos and, hey, we're going to do our own thing for that.
Yeah.
And then TV and movie awards, because they're at the center of pop culture, and it just made sense. There aren't, the stars on that network now are all self-made. There's no other, or not self-made, but it's Teen Moms and Jersey Shore, and like it just doesn't connect that you'd be like, oh, MTV, I want to see their take on what's going on in the world or
yeah,
movies
it'd be
and television.
interesting to ask an 18-year-old, like, what is MTV?
Right.
And like, how do you define it? And I doubt they would come up with music videos, obviously, or movies or like you said, any of that stuff doesn't fall into their world anymore.
Well, the other thing is it used to be the easiest thing in the world to book because reaching the MTV audience was crucial in, the 90s, early 2000s. It was like, that's where you went to find that age group.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't book the show anymore because everybody can find their audience in 100 different ways.
They
So
just flip their phone on and go on Instagram.
it used to be that MTV had all the power with the VMAs. Every artist would want to do it. So MTV would have to tell people no constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point, it went from MTV having all the power to the artist having all the power. So then, like, they would want Nicki Minaj to do it. She'd be like, fine, I do it, but you have to spend $1 million on this, this, and this. And then MTV would be like, well, we can't afford that. And she'd be like, well, I'm not doing the show then. And so then MTV would run out of power or run out of talent.
Yeah.
And those things were all talent driven. So
NBC plans to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live. They're going to be doing a 3-hour primetime special February 16th. That's a Sunday. That should be fun to watch. It's always neat when all of the people come back and the Eddie Murphys of the world seem to show up for the SNL stuff, which is always great. Hulu just canceled the show, The Other Black Girl. It was only on for one season. ABC just canceled the Gina Rodriguez comedy, Not Dead Yet. That was actually on for 2 seasons.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's good.
Disney just confirmed season 3 of The Bear will premiere June 27th. I hope it's good.
Got already premiering, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess they got it all. Remember, I think they were like waiting till the strike was over and then they were like, go. And then banged it out and got it ready. So
I watched the.
It's not a comedy.
The wrestling movie with that guy and Efron in it.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you guys ever see it?
No, it just came out this weekend.
Massively depressing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what I was in
the
for.
Von Erich
The story,
movie.
yeah.
Nobody told me. The Iron Claw?
Iron Claw. Things aren't going well for Justin Timberlake, so much so that some people think his fans have abandoned him. So his new album didn't do great, fell off the charts after just a month. His tour, I guess, isn't selling great either. He just canceled his June 8th show in Columbia, South Carolina. So some people are saying, like, his fans are not showing up for him anymore.
Really?
So I mean, there's reasons why, maybe not reasons why.
He
maybe
took quite a hiatus.
Yeah, and maybe people just moved on. Maybe it's the Britney stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's all just like a million paper cuts kind of thing.
I hate to say it, but I sort of like it.
That he's having a tough time.
Well, yeah, because you got to put out good music.
Yeah.
Beyonce has been able to, they're all the same age. Beyonce, even Britney is still beloved and could do some stuff. And it's just, he's not putting out good stuff. He's done a few things that were disappointing.
He's
and
just I'm going to go make troll movies.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, if you're not going to put out great music and be cool, there's going to be consequences.
Go make more troll movies.
He's never put out anything that lasted or lasts, right? Like when he was doing Super Bowl thing, or like there are iconic NSYNC songs.
But no, Justified, I think.
That Rock Your Body, I think is
Rock Your Body.
That one's around for now.
And I think the Sexy Back song, even though I hate saying that word, was like iconic in some ways.
It's in the lexicon too, like that phrase.
It's like I'm bringing this back.
Yeah.
Come on, Dua Lipa's stealing everybody's hits.
She is.
She's writing hits. Why can't you guys write hits?
She's doing it all. The number one movie at the box office this weekend was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That was really the biggest movie that
those
came out.
newer versions of that are all really good. This one seems it's like the apes. It's in the future, and it's just all about the apes. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I'll go in on it. There's a few people.
I didn't know Tim hated apes so much.
Are you
anti-ape?
the people. No, I like the apes. Those are good movies.
Are you anti-ape or pro-people?
Pro people.
Okay, cool.
There's a fan-made Lord of the Rings movie called The Hunt for Gollum that has been on YouTube since 2009. So when Warner Brothers announced they were making a feature film with the same name, they filed a copyright claim against this fan-made movie and had it pulled down. Well, that made the Lord of the Rings fans mad, so they stormed the Warner Brothers castle, and now the 39-minute movie is back up
Any
on
of you guys
YouTube.
know anything about this?
No.
I watched a little bit of it just to see. It looks really good for a fan-made movie. You're like, well, that's, pretty good looking. But it's not, obviously, it's not cut together with other footage, which sometimes that's what they'll do. They'll be like, what if Star Wars did this? And they use the other footage. And sometimes that's interesting to see. This is like people dressed as the characters doing the scenes and the stuff. Which is
and like
kind of
really
fun.
lo-fi.
Yeah, but it's not terrible. It's not like LARPers or anything. It's on the blog.
I've seen a few fan-made, like
sometimes
these are film people.
It's good
in a lot of cases. Yeah, it's cool stuff.
In other geeky news, the Jim Henson Company is making a live-action Grendel movie. Jeff Bridges is going to be the monster. He's going to play the monster, and then Dave Bautista will play Beowulf. So that's what is that? Like Netherlands, like Finland or somewhere up there.
Yeah,
This is
I don't know.
Beowulf's a big story.
Yeah.
And they love it, and there's a big following. So we'll see. Henson folks, sometimes they do some good things.
There's an animated one, right? With like Russell Crowe and Angelina Jolie, maybe?
There might be. I've seen other Beowulf projects that happened.
I feel like they've made
I don't ever get it.
dozens of them, and it never works out.
I'm always like, what? That guy? He's a good guy? Okay. Dave Grohl pranked fans at Saturday's Foo Fighters show, so he pretended to play Van Halen's Eruption. He's up on stage and he starts pretending to play it, and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then they reveal it was Wolfgang Van Halen playing. So that's
backstage.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
That is backstage. They rip it out. Entertainment Weekly put together a list of the best workplace comedies ever. They just put them in chronological order. It's up on the blog. It's
Working
not gonna,
Girl, Office Space.
Yeah, I mean, all the ones you would expect are on there. These are shows, sitcoms, not movies. So yeah, but they start at the Mary Tyler Moore Show, so in 1970. So there's like I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke Show. That stuff isn't on their list because they don't go back that far. But that's up on the blog if you want to check it out. A bunch of other things on the blog, but I'm out of time and we have tickets.
The Courtney Show.
Congratulations to Nicole Friedrich of Trenton, Illinois. Nicole was the 10th caller, and so she is going to see comedian Chelsea Handler on October 26th at Stiefel Theater. We have tickets all week to give away, but there are bonus chances for you to win on our website and the Arch mobile app, so enter at either of those places as well, but we'll have them all week long to give away. Did anybody in this room that was here catch the Northern Lights?
I did.
You
Did
did?
you really?
Yeah,
I did not.
Oh, man.
I didn't see a thing.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, we went out and saw it. We're out on the edge of town.
Yes,
we're kind of out in the country.
The farther you are away from the city, the more they say you could see them.
Yeah, but we had a street light is really close to our house, so that was hurting our ability to see the Northern Lights. But yeah, we saw some of the purples and stuff. My mom got some really good pictures.
They said
everybody has. If you've seen them, they're everywhere.
They said there's something on people's phones that made it more visible, which
And
I didn't know about that either.
I didn't either, and I wish I would have flipped that on to see what it looked like.
But yeah, definitely. When we were in
Iceland,
the photos that you would see were better than what you saw in person.
That's what they were saying.
So you look up and you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And then you put your phone up and you'd be like, oh my gosh, like that's. And so all the photos. So if you take a photo and it's better than what you see with your eye, and then you make that photo look a little bit more, it can be a little bit misleading.
Yes.
And. But you're still there and you still saw it, but the phone makes it better.
I thought I totally missed out on Friday because I saw all these posts about it. I told Nick, I was like, I wish I would have looked up last night.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I could have seen them.
And sometimes it's like barely perceptible. And then you see it in your phone, and you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was cool.
What time was this and how long did it last?
Lasted all night.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Friday and Saturday, right?
Yeah, I only saw it the one night. But that's what my mom saw. You see the purples in the sky. That was
cool.
In the bud.
I had no idea.
I know.
I gotta start.
Oh yeah, God, that's amazing. It was pink.
Yeah, it was
it's
like a pinky
beautiful.
purple.
Wow, that's incredible.
There's a pretty good one.
Oh my
wild?
God!
And it was because of solar flares or something.
Yeah.
My God!
Well, I think that's what it always is. But they were like extra big or
2003, they said, was the last time that as many places could see them.
Oh my God, that'd be insane to see that.
Yeah,
here in town.
Ours did not look like as impressive as.
Do you have any
what they
pictures
saw.
of yours?
I think I took one.
What's the hue of yours?
Maybe I deleted it
green?
because I was embarrassed.
You're like, once I saw my mom's picture.
Mine stinks.
This is
Get rid of that.
garbage.
No point in saving that for the memories. I don't have anything.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
The Courtney Show.
Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number.
I'm Timmy, and these are the numbers. Just last week, we talked about the age where you start to hurt a little bit. You start to really feel it. You start to get sore. It was a little younger than we thought. It came in at 37. My question for you today is, at what age do you think you stop being cool? The average person.
That assumes we were cool at one point.
Maybe like 31.
I don't intend to stop being cool.
Man, I don't.
31?
33?
40.
Cool ended. If it existed for me, it had to have gone away in my 20s.
Average person. This says 39.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that feels late.
Yeah, it feels like it should be earlier.
Yeah, I asked the 20-year-olds if that 39-year-old is cool.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Like, you
know.
may think you're cool.
Yeah, because at that point, it's like
20-year-olds are cool.
I don't think I would. I did not have a coolness factor.
I was
fine.
I got to kind of test it in a never been kissed sort of way because I went. I didn't finish my degree. I left school early and started working.
Oh,
and blah,
you were
blah, blah.
older.
And so I was a non-traditional student when I went back and finished my degree at SIUE. And I was in my late 20s at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I just assumed, I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. Like, I'm going to be like the narc in every class. And it was amazing. They legitimately thought I was the same age as them. It was almost every kid I told them, how old I was. They were like, I thought you were,
because
whatever.
of your immaturity.
21, I guess.
And because you're in college.
Well, yeah, but don't you remember, did you ever have a non-traditional student, in class with you, like a 42-year-old or something?
Yeah.
And if I went to class, I'm sure they were in there. But
I mean, I didn't want to, I'm not.
I didn't
we
see
never
many
made
traditional students.
We didn't make
to be
fun
honest
of them or anything, but it was just oh my God, there's an adult in here, sitting.
All my classes were
felt
just
so obvious.
Wall-to-wall Mateos. I went to school in España.
So they asked people, half of people, 49% overall, said they generally don't know what's going on with pop culture. That's Americans of all ages, not just older people. They listed 10 different topics and they asked these people how out of touch they felt about them. Number 1, slang.
We talk about it, but I don't hold on. I don't retain a lot of it.
40% of people said they are completely out of touch with modern slang. That is probably where I feel the most uneasy about what things
But if you
mean.
have kids, you're not that out of touch because you're hearing them say it.
Yeah, but my kids don't use any of that.
They don't.
And mine mispronounces most things, so it's hard.
You better get him into
Hard
some,
to gauge.
better get some lessons for that one.
I got to translate regular stuff for most people. Yeah, pop culture, slang, they don't know what's going on. Celebrities, 35% said they feel out of touch. Like, who's Jacob Elordi? You know.
I
you're a
know.
fan.
Yep.
We know. That's
Saltburn.
Yeah, she's great.
Emma Chamberlain.
I mean, he.
Was she in Bridgerton? I don't know who Emma
She
Chamberlain
looks
is.
just like she looks just like somebody else. She looks like Harley Quinn. What's her name?
Oh,
Margot Robbie?
Yes.
She's the Margot Robbie
So
light.
we have 3 Margot Robbies in the world?
Who's the other one?
Are you kidding me? You know the other.
It's the older
original
one. The original from.
Don't say her name, but let's see if you can-
Jamie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, I want to see if that's who I
Gosh, that's right. They do look so much alike. I never thought of that.
No, it's crazy.
She's just like Trailer Park Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh, Emma Chamberlain, not who I thought. Anyway, the arts. I mean, who was ever in touch with the arts, right? Fashion, books, 32% for both.
Books.
Those. Technology, 26.
They're not
Feel out of
reading
percent.
books.
Movies, 20. I feel out of touch with movies for sure. Social media, 22%. Music, only 19% of people out of touch. And then food.
This Emma Chamberlain.
Who's trying to keep up with food
I
trends?
don't know. It looks sad
we
to
do
me.
a whole segment on it. You want to be on the cutting edge of food? You listen to
Yeah,
the Courtney Show.
food. We know food.
We're
Yeah,
hip.
we do.
We're trending.
If there's one thing we know here, it is absolutely
slap.
food. Another study I found interesting, and these are the numbers. The average American kid gets bored in how many minutes would you say?
Ooh.
Not even a minute. Not in our
Average
house.
kid gets bored in
11 minutes.
We can't
It's
get
higher than you think.
We can't get out of our neighborhood, barely out of our driveway, if that, before Augie is yelling about wanting Wi-Fi so he can get on his tablet or something. Like they have no tolerance.
They have no idea. Just looking out a window.
Yeah, we're like, Alex is just like, no, you're just going to look out the window for a
That's
while.
all we
That was
had.
Courtney's favorite toy growing up.
That's all we had,
Hey,
man.
can I play with the window?
Looking out the window.
Playing the sign games.
Oh, man. I
uh,
Spy.
The little.
They have no tolerance.
What's the
Punch buggy?
Yeah, where you punch someone. You saw a Volkswagen Bug.
Oh, slug bug.
Slug Bug.
Yeah, if you ask Aaron to this day, the thing he hated most about Yosemite was the inconsistent cell phone signals. He's just like, I really liked it here, but I just don't think I could do it again. I just don't think I could be, just because I'll be like, it worked sometimes. Yeah, but just sometimes it didn't. Like, oh my God.
What is the time?
33 minutes.
Oh.
Well, that's
You know when you're
way
young.
high.
You know when you're young and you just drive to places and you had no idea. You didn't know where you were going. You had no idea what city it was. And you're just in the car. And
You'd
then
like
you
get there and call them or something.
Well, then
like,
you get there.
Where's your house?
When you get older, then you have to go there, and you're like, "Oh, this is where this is."
Yes, and yeah, that happens to me.
Yeah.
Having a terrible sense of direction,
Yes.
that happens to me all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm constantly amazed when I drive around St. Louis. I'm like, I've been here.
But you went a different route, and maybe you were in the
Yeah.
back seat.
I remember there's a Walmart over there.
The comedy club Thursday night where I performed, I was like, I've been here before.
Oh,
I
really?
had no idea until I got in there. Yeah.
The name did not.
No, nothing at all. But once I was in there, I knew. I'm Timmy. Those are the numbers. This is The Courtney Show.
Listen to my strong opinion. Time to bitch.
All right, it's time for some strong opinions. I am too. I've had this down for a while. I'm just in a state today, so I'm going to do one of my more positive strong opinions. It's just a small little thing. Do you know who the Platinum Roofing family are?
No.
Well, I don't know anything about Platinum Roofing. I don't know the owner, but this guy that started it, he's got his family in every one of his commercials, and they are the cutest family.
Oh, I know.
And they keep, and I love the updates. They're getting older, and he's so proud of his family. And I love the commercials and the billboards.
Oh, yeah?
He's got his whole family up on the billboards, and I just enjoy the new ones when they come out.
Yes.
You get to see how how everyone's grown up, and I just love them.
Wait, is he a Missouri guy?
Yeah.
That's a
Bridgeton.
great,
Is in Bridgeton.
That's a great strong opinion because it's a good example of putting your family in your commercials and kind of doing it right.
Yes.
There's a broad spectrum. There's some people that it's like, okay, they do it right. A couple of those kids are stars, by the way, man.
Oh,
They
my God.
say their lines.
It is a beautiful family.
They're stars.
Full-blown stars. I'm being totally serious.
I love them
They
so
nail
much.
it.
I didn't know about these people.
I'm not going to name names. There's another one that's running TV commercials. Their family, and they think they are the cast of Seinfeld with these things. And
Name
it
those
is
names.
painful. Those kids are not stars. They have a bright future taking over.
It's a car company, right?
They have a bright future taking over their family's business.
Man.
But the Platinum Roofing family, that is a
Oh,
great
they
call.
are winners.
Courtney.
Looking family.
Winners.
Those kids are stars.
I think they just put out an updated spot, and I'm like, look at how much they've grown.
Yeah, I know.
And I
agree.
just love that loves his family so much.
Yep.
Way to go, Platinum Roofing.
Agreed.
Don't know anything about your roofing?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Michael Sims.
terrible roofers. But, I mean, great family.
Oh my God, the mom looks so young.
I know. You don't know who the mom.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's just a bunch of kids.
No.
That's the mom.
Adorable family.
And that oldest brother looks like his dad. He's going to take over.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
he's going to
Yes,
take over.
yes.
Oh boy, can that
He
guy
wants to
roof?
drive all them trucks. Look at the trucks they got.
I know.
Got a
Way to
good
go.
crew.
All right, who's next?
That's a great. That is a.
They have a YouTube and it's got 6 subscribers.
And
they
Courtney's
do?
like 2 of those accounts.
Well, they haven't posted. they haven't posted in 6 years. So it's the family commercial from 2018, and then obviously the one from 2017 too.
Well,
so is there a newer one?
I've seen a newer one, and I've also seen a new billboard that is on my way home. And I'm. The kids
Great
are just
smiles
growing up.
on the
Get in on
squad.
it now,
Great
because
looking gang.
Once Hollywood gets a hold of these kids.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where
it's
all
over.
gonna-
They'll be
Anyway.
done with
Well,
the
we should do a
roofing.
reality show about these
I
guys.
love them. Love that.
Yeah, that went over
And the
well.
less they say, the better. It's just they're all looking
Smiling, looking great.
Mhm.
All right, that's it.
Platinum smiles. Okay, I can go. Went and got a bunch of potting soil yesterday, and it comes in normal sized bags, but then they have like absurdly large bags. I don't know what the weight is. I'm sure it depends on if it's gotten a little bit wet, which it seems like was the case. So heavy. My strong opinion is, hey, how about putting some handles on them bags? Give us something to hold on to.
Yeah, because nobody's going to be able to pick.
And they're long. They're like so long. And so you grab from one end to the other, which is, I don't know how else you would do it. And then you go to pick it up, and it's so long, it just like sags in the middle. So now you got your.
And the plastic
holding-
needs to be strong enough so you don't.
The plastic is strong enough to keep it in there, but it's like they used to put like little like holes at the ends of the bags, like handles, where look, it's not going to last forever, but it's enough for you to get
from A to
the
B.
thing, like water softener salt always has like a handle kind of in the bag, and the bag's strong
water
enough.
Softener brag.
Well, it doesn't work. Ours doesn't work anymore. It hasn't worked in like 2 years, but we had one at one point.
Okay.
But like, give us a little something. Like this just had nothing on the ends. And so your hands or your fingers are grabbing as tightly as they can to this plastic, and it feels like you're going to rip it open. And I think that that's what happens because I see bags around that are ripped open. I'm like, well, that's somebody that.
It's a lost soldier there.
That's a dead. Yeah,
Somebody
it's a lost
quit.
soldier.
Somebody quit. They tried,
And
and
they
they're
just
like, I'm
throw
going
it
to go get
aside
another one.
and getting another one. So, hey, soil people. Give us something to grab onto. It
right.
doesn't have to be
Something.
fancy. Just give us something.
Isn't that just your motto of life? Give me
us
something to grab onto.
Yeah, and be cool. That's it.
My strong opinion today, like so many things I do, is for the people. It's on behalf of the people. Though I feel strongly about it too. We did this matinee show on Saturday. People love a matinee show. Yes, because for
agree.
our show, you're bringing your children, but like even just adults were like, I could go out to dinner afterwards.
Yes.
It wasn't as like
The
weird
world is
late
your
night
oyster.
feeling. Like people loved it. There should just be more matinee rock
Yes.
and roll. And that's not like we're getting old
No.
and I don't want to like why not? Why not just be like, you know what? It's at 3:00
You're
today.
dealing with less traffic. You can get better parking. And then you have the whole night.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
That's like the Brady roast. Like anything that's shot in Los Angeles that's live
real early
is always early. It's always like 5 or something because, it's obviously catering to the East Coast as well. And so you're finishing and you're like, oh, we've got the rest of the night.
Yes.
I agree with that strong opinion.
I
That's
do too.
great.
Thank you.
Great strong opinion. Oh, shoot. I just lost mine. Hold on. Oh, man.
Wait, while you're thinking of that, quick text we got from Hickey Natalie. Had to deal with Platinum Roofing for work. The son came out and did the estimate, and the dad came out and picked up the check. They are the nicest people, and they did great work.
Oh, I love it.
Right.
Love that.
And the
I knew it.
daughters,
They have
put up a hell of a roof.
I need a new roof. I might be calling.
Trustworthy people. They just.
I might be
you
calling
can
these
see it.
people.
You
man,
can see it.
I can't remember mine.
Do you want to be skipped? I mean, it's been weeks since you've given a strong opinion.
I know. I feel. I just had it in my brain. I was like, oh, good. I've got a good
As soon
thing.
as we move on, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can come back to it.
Got it. Just kidding. But I did think Brando was right. Okay. I'm trying to get in the mindset that I was in when you were talking.
Guy.
I'm just a guy. I'm just going to get on the...
A strong opinion.
man.
What would I put in there for today?
I can't think of it.
Oh,
That's
just
okay.
got
I mean, I could
back.
do another one, actually.
Los
Another one
Angeles.
just came into my brain.
Okay.
I think we've probably done this before. Somebody did. But the baggage carousel. Step away. You don't need... everybody
stop
doesn't...
getting on top. When you spot it, go to it.
Go to it. Your shins don't need to be up against this.
Do you think it's... I that always bothers me. And
Theft? Do you think it's theft?
Yeah, I'm like, do people think someone's just going to grab their bag and run off with it?
Well, no, I mean...
No, it's the same people that stand up in the back of a plane.
Yeah, people are circling around the whole thing, and they're standing up against the carousel, and you're just like, just step 3 feet back. It's not even a lot.
I can see my bag from a long distance, and then I just kind of wait, and here it is, and grab it.
Yeah, my dad and I were like we were like not even in the area, and I was just looking at the bags and stuff, and then when I came up to get it, it was like all these people were like in the way. And you're like, get out of here. Just give us 3 feet.
You should have grabbed someone else's bag with yours and just start walking. See what happens.
See what happens when you all stand too close.
Everybody's in such a hurry. You're not getting it any faster.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
You've saved no time. You haven't beat the system.
Yeah.
When you stand up in the back of the plane, you still have to wait.
And now you have to like
now you're hovering over people.
Yeah, and then there's things that are
See, I had
eye
anger
level
in
that
me, I
I
guess.
don't want to be eye level.
Tried to be all nice.
Right
I can't
there
even
next
make it.
to you.
Can't even make it through a whole strong opinions.
And then if
about-
you have a heavy bag and you try to pull it out, there's like people
You're
standing
gonna
on the
hit
sides,
somebody.
and you're like,
Yeah, bam, bam.
I don't care if you get hit. Yeah. You know, and you might be 95 years old, but you going down.
Taking you out, Granny.
All right, strong opinions. It's the Courtney Show on the Arch.
First 5 notes on 106.5 The Arch.
First 5 notes is brought to you by Carroll House Furniture. Get spectacular holiday savings this weekend at Carroll House because you like nice things. Holiday we were referring to, I would imagine, is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
It's more than just a weekend.
Right around the corner.
Celebrating now. Man, Chris, you've missed some doozies.
Name one.
Michelle.
Michelle was a doozy.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
it was the most dramatic first 5 notes ever.
It was as close as we've ever come.
Oh, you don't know about
really?
this. We just attitude. She didn't know our name. She asked if we were DJs. Just it was not a good look for old Michelle. And we Courtney signaled in here. No help.
Let it go.
She gets the first one. She basically doesn't get the second.
At your
Correct.
face.
Yeah.
Courtney's face.
She was doing the
I was
neck like do
I was
not
nope.
say anything.
I didn't know how it was going to end.
Like, today's the day. Here we go.
This is it.
Landrum's face just a second ago was so funny. Oh, man.
We thought that was the one, and then she got the last one and won.
She won it
with no help.
Legit.
With no help.
She won legit.
Yeah, she did. She did.
But
That's
we thought-
awesome.
We thought we were going to make history.
And we didn't know how it was going to end. Like, we never had a loser.
And what was the last song like when it played? Were you like, oh, well, it's the Beatles, or like?
Police,
I think, yeah.
Oh,
And
Police.
it was
like
tough.
Roxanne.
That's not a slam dunk.
No,
it was a
it
very
wasn't.
difficult beginning. There are not a lot of little quiet notes. It was tricky, and I thought, this is it. This is going to happen.
We were
Drama.
we were not rooting for her.
What were the songs? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
But let's meet our contestant today. She probably thought we forgot about her. Hello, Amber from Hillsboro, Illinois. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad to hear you're still there after all that.
Pressure, Amber.
Yeah, no.
I'm here.
All right.
Now I'm terrified. Thanks.
Amber, we have some tickets for you to go to the Songs for Soldiers benefit concert. It is the 11th annual Songs for Soldiers. It is September 14th. You got a while to wait, but there's going to be some great artists playing. You will see the Gin Blossoms. You just have to get 2 out of 3, Amber, in first 5 notes. Who do you want to play against?
Okay, let's go with Tim, because I just saw him Saturday at Punk Rock Disney.
All right.
Yeah, she knows the names in the studio.
Thanks for being there. Do you have fuzz?
Clues engaged.
All right, All right, Amber, are you ready to party?
Yep, I'm going to try not to be a doozy.
All right. Here's song number 1.
Desperado.
Yeah. Sing it, Tim.
Almost walked out.
All right, Amber.
You got another baby?
Yeah.
You are 1 for 1. Here's song number 2.
Oh, is that Gnarls Barkley?
It is!
That's a big win.
It's gone crazy.
That's a big
That's
win.
huge, Amber.
For my girl, Amber. This is all for glory.
Probably my favorite Gnarls Barkley song.
So many.
Here is song number 3.
Oh, is that Every Rose Has a Thorn?
It is.
Yes, it is. Poisson. Congratulations, Amber. Started the week off right with a
great.
3 for 3. No clues needed. You really deserve these Gin Blossoms tickets. Yeah, Songs for Soldiers benefit concert Saturday, September 14th. Food, beverages, activities for the kid, all supporting the Songs for Soldiers mission of helping combat veterans. And you can get all the ticket info at 1065thearch.com, but we'll get you those tickets, Amber. We'll play first 5 notes again tomorrow on The Courtney Show.
Well, guys, that was another great podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're hungry, we have food for you at Salt and Smoke at various locations. saltandsmokebarbecue.com. 314-727-0200.